Are you willing to sacrifice your life?
What the fuck was that, Ken?
Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1.
I've been loving every second. I'm not rooting for injuries openly, but
I just pretended that was Brian Deegan.
I'm so fucking pumped. I'll be like, yeah, bitch, fuck
I will do that.
I'm gonna find him on LinkedIn and be like, "Did you punch a kid in the face? Tell me the truth."
All right, Sean brought his A game tonight. All right, okay, I like it. I like where this is going. And I don't want to put this as like a thing. Like he wasn't a bad guy, as far as we know.
Who said he was a bad guy?
I don't know, but I feel like we're painting him in this light that he was like this bad guy, and I don't want to do that. To this day, I hope you hear this. Fuck you. But rules are rules, okay? Stupid rule, but it was a rule. If you were a Crip and you were cooling in the cut, what do the Bloods do? Are they booling in the butt? Yep. Also, we are extremely juvenile, and yeah, whatever. Fuck you. All right.
You fucking smacked me in the ass, you dumb fuck.
Well, boys, welcome back. Welcome back. It's the first time we've had a full house in the Row 1 Seat 1 studios
In 3 weeks?
in almost a month.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Like I think like the last time we had a full house was the like day after the election, or the week after the election.
Yeah.
Week after the election, yes.
So this is good. This is great.
That was
this
3
is
weeks ago, yeah.
excellent.
Hello.
It is good to be
Can't
back.
even fucking do that.
Row 1, Seat 1, Joey Fats Radio, live on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. Thank you all for joining us. It is absolutely amazing to be back with all y'all tonight. Another glorious Tuesday evening, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So big shout out. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope you have a great holiday.
Thanksgiving Eve.
Thanksgiving Eve. I hope you have a
I don't know why that made me laugh. It's stupid.
because it doesn't matter.
Eve.
Because it's funny.
I have. If I sound like shit, I know. Don't fucking tag me and tell me.
I hope you all have a better Thanksgiving than the Bears, Giants, and the Dolphins are about to. That is what we will get into tonight.
Nah, fuck those teams.
Why?
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hope everybody else has a better Thanksgiving than them because it's going to be miserable to be one of those teams. But we'll get into all of that. We'll get into the week that was in the NFL. We'll get into Paul's Colts.
Yeah.
Giving them Detroit Motor Kitties all they could handle as they get ready to come in and take on Sean's New England Patriots. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I'll be there. I mean, in spirit.
Yeah, it'll be there in spirit. Why do I feel like I can't hear you?
I don't know.
There we go.
He was
okay.
whispered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah.
All right. Good. No,
I'll try and be there in spirit too. Well,
no, I just want to make sure it's not me. I'm not fucking something. Okay.
No, you're good.
If the audio levels are off for any reason, please somebody let me know because I've changed so many things over the last 3 weeks in here. I don't think anything is the same week to week at this point. So shit's getting a little wily up here. So if things don't sound right or sound off, please in the chat let us know so I can fix it. The whole point of this show is to make it sound good so you can enjoy it. I listen to the show because I'm hypercritical of myself. Paul and Sean, I don't think have ever listened to an episode of the show.
Please get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I have.
Paul just started listening to it because I basically put a gun to his head last week, and I was like, you listen to this fucking show, and you listen good. And he was like, I don't know, I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like,
I live it live.
I'm just,
Yeah. Well, I was bored. I didn't know what the fuck to listen to on the way into work the other day, so I was like,
okay,
maybe
all
I'll
right.
just throw
Do
it on.
you think Peyton Manning, when he gets done with the game,
Or Peyton.
Listen, if there's one Peyton Manning commercial I can't fucking stand,
Peyton.
the Peyton Manning commercial is fucking driving me it's driving me nuts. I'm at my wit's end with that shit. I really am. Sean looks like he's about to lose his tits.
No, not at all. I should have messaged you guys last night. I was at a work event. I'm unemployed, but I'm at a work event.
Right.
Yes, Lisa, we're gonna get into the Thanksgiving Day games. That is 100% on the table tonight. So stay tuned.
Do you remember former Celtic, former Laker, briefly Tony Garnett?
I remember the name.
All right, so he played in the NBA. He was drafted like 06, 07.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, he wasn't drafted. He was undrafted.
I was saying he was undrafted, right?
Undrafted.
How do I know that?
Went to the Lakers, and I
I was at an event. He was speaking last night, and he told a really cool Kobe story. And he's like, everyone asked me about all like my basketball stories, and he mostly played over in Europe a lot. Like, it was most of his career. Was in Europe.
Yeah.
But he's back here now. He's in the Somerset, New Bedford, Fall River region. He does like a lot of coaching in Boys and Girls Club and stuff like that. And I don't know what Destry. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to even mean. What am I the frog from WB?
Yeah, he sounds like shit.
Yeah,
I already busted his tits for this. It's like Sean either doesn't show up, or when he does, his voice sounds like he sounds like RFK.
I have a very good reason.
Don't you dare touch that ass potato.
Don't you dare touch that.
I promise to make America healthy.
So
Today we're hitting biceps and triceps.
Tony Garnett talked about. He said he had one story he wanted to tell everybody, and it helped him be a better player. And he says his first mentor in the NBA was Kobe Bryant. And he goes, that sounds crazy to say out loud. And he goes, I don't usually get starstruck, but he goes, I'm not going to lie to you, I was starstruck. And he was undrafted. He shut off his phone. He went partying with his family. And 12 hours later, he put his phone back on because he went to bed and just didn't put his phone on. And his agent was like cussing him out, saying like, where the hell have you been? We got to find somewhere for you. These teams are reaching out to you. I told him I'd get back to them, and you just disappeared. His agent says you should go to the Lakers. That's the best case for you. The Lakers had just won the Kobe's third championship, and it was August, and he was going to LA, and he was going to work out at whatever facility they had back then, whatever it was called, right? And he says he gets there, and his agent's telling him the athletic trainers in Florida, the IMG or whatever the place was called. It's like a very well-known place.
Destry called you Pat Mahomes.
I can't even do the Pat Mahomes voice.
That was good. That was good.
But he says he wants to get there. He wants to be the first person to like make an impression on the coaches and the players. And he says, I think I get there at 4:45 a.m. And he goes, and how it was like the weight room, locker room, courts. And he goes, it was all glasses in between. But he goes, it's 4:45. He goes, I'm trying to see like who's already out there because I can hear like the ball smashing and like the echoes through the building. And he's like, someone's already out there. And he goes, I stopped making my way through. And Kobe comes out of the glass, and he goes, yo, Tony, what's up? And he goes, I was starstruck, stunned, and, like, in awe that, A, he knew my name. I was undrafted, and he was like, yo, Tony, what's up? And he goes, I'll never forget his first comment to me after, hey, Tony, what's up? Yo, I got to go take a piss. I'll be right back.
That's pretty funny.
And then he goes, as I walked through that court and I was out there, his two daughters are out there with him. And he says it's a very young Gigi and his youngest daughter. And he said, this is a month after they just won the NBA championship. He said there is no other starting Laker or Laker player out there. It's him and his two daughters, and he's just shooting around from like different parts all over the court.
Right.
And he said, like, to me,
So this is what, 2010?
yes, because they just won in 09.
Yes, they won it in 09.
And he said, like, it wasn't just a work ethic. It was.
Because I'm thinking, because like Gigi and his other daughter weren't born before when they won their last title before that. So I'm like, hold up. Okay.
Right.
He said Kobe just won his third. He said that specifically. So that puts the timeline
Fourth.
for you. Maybe he was going to win the fourth, but he said it was after his third championship.
Fourth.
Okay, maybe it was fourth. All right.
Had to have been because they won 3, 01, 02. I'm sorry, 2001 and 2. They won 3 in a row. 3-peat.
Okay, fuck it. Yeah, I'm wrong then. So that was the fourth one. And then
09 was 4. 10 was 5. That was a wrap.
Okay, so yeah, I was after that. But then he said, like, it wasn't like Kobe's first mentor. He said, like, obviously told him about work ethic, first man in, last man out, blah, 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 blah. He says, but he goes, on top of that, he always told me, like, you have kids yet? And he's like, no, I don't have kids yet. He's like, when you do, they're your priority. He's like, do not forget about them. Don't go travel the world. Don't do it. And it was just basically like he was teaching him how to be a dad and a player in the NBA. And he said that was my biggest takeaway from the NBA was that moment. It was the first day I met Kobe.
That's actually really cool.
And I heard that story, and I was like...
And you hear all because usually the stories you hear about Kobe as a teammate, it's like, he was an asshole. I fucking hated him. He was the worst.
Well,
and then, that was before he died. Then after he died, there was nothing but, like, flowers and praise because anybody who shits on Kobe, posthumously is going to get fucking destroyed.
As they should.
He told
Right,
the
and
touching
rightfully
story.
so.
Right.
Yeah.
He told the touching story. He didn't tell me anything after that. He could have said, like, Kobe was, like, shit all over him until I get this guy off my team. I don't want him here ever again.
Could have been.
Like, exactly, but, like...
Wouldn't be the first time Kobe did that to somebody.
That's something like LeBron would probably do, though.
LeBron
As
does
I'm pretty
do
sure
that.
he's
Well,
done before, right?
He does it to every coach. He's like...
LeBron's like, hey, guy, This dude sucks. We need
He's
somebody
like, what do you
better."
mean you're trying to coach?
He
Bro, shut
bullied
up.
the Lakers to draft his son. His son was unplayable.
I know.
And now he's even unplayable in the fucking G League at this point. Which is,
rough.
I mean,
Not
listen,
surprised.
he's going to take time to develop. We all know Bronny is like not going to be. Bronny was never going to come into the league and
Develop.
light it on fire.
I was
Like,
gonna say, but from what I hear, is he even going to develop?
I mean, to be decided, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
you never
know,
know.
man.
He said,
Like,
he said he was feeling
they,
dangerous.
they said he's got. They say he understands the game, so he's got that going for him. And you know what? Hey, listen. At the very least, maybe this propels him into like some sort of like coaching role down the future.
Yeah, something if it doesn't
listen,
work out.
you know what? Like what they what they say is those that can't do teach. So
Right,
those
right.
that can't play coach.
I'm not gonna hate on the kid just because he grew up who he is.
No offense to any of my
you know,
my friends that are
it's not his
coaches in
fault.
the that are viewing.
right.
Coaching is a very 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 underrated.
Difficult thing.
Difficult thing to do because and it's not because you can't play. It's just you couldn't play good enough to make it
Right.
at that level.
Yeah,
But
sometimes.
there's different levels of
Sometimes.
Just kidding.
330th best player out of 336.
I mean, I'd love to know who the other 6 are, like who the other 5 are, like whatever. Like
It shows the picture is that orangutan in the hospital bed with air in his nose. It's like he's number the one right below him.
But no, that's a good story. I'm glad you let off of that because that's really cool. I mean, I didn't have
Shout out to the Boys and Girls Club.
did not big shout out to the Boys and Girls Club. Did not have a Kobe Bryant story on the agenda for tonight, so that's pretty. You know me, I'm a sucker for Kobe Bryant stories. I still, to me,
My man was 6'9". He walked in the room. I was like, oh shit. Like,
Damn,
yo, you
was he?
forget Garnett was Tony Garnett, not
Oh,
Kobe. Kobe
I'm
was
like,
6'6".
Yeah, I was like,
Which, I mean,
what?
still, like, when
No.
you
6'6"
watch-
is tall as shit.
Kobe, like you think, like, dude, 6'6" is fucking tall, bro.
Right.
And then people wonder why they're like, which is why I'm fascinated. Are you as fascinated to see if like the NBA puts together an all-star flag football team and they go up against NFL guys?
They're gonna get smoked.
Oh, I know they are, but it's going to be funny to watch because the NBA guys are going to be like, all right, Wemby, just go stand at the pylon.
Yo, they should not. They should not put Wemby out there for anything. They should in the offseason, the San Antonio Spurs should make sure there's pillows attached to every limb of his body.
I
no
was
matter
gonna
what he
say
does.
they just need to lock his ass in the weight room with like
No,
mounds of fucking
No,
protein.
whatever they got to do, whatever they should do, they got.
Greg Oden. That's why you shouldn't be in the weight room.
Yeah.
Greg Oden.
Yeah, well,
Greg Oden, I think we knew Greg Oden was doomed before he got to the
it
league.
just,
though.
I mean, I feel, I
But
don't
he
know.
was,
Wemby,
he was
we don't.
muscular.
But Wemby, we don't have that issue with. Odin was a different thing. We knew Odin was fucked because he was kind of fucked in college. We just chose to ignore it because we wanted him to be great.
Yeah, and we were like, "There's no way
And
he's
we're
gonna
like,
be this fucking
it's gonna be
injured.
cool. Like whatever, it's gonna be fun. Like Odin's gonna be great. And then we were like, nah, man. Then it's like, oh no, he has a degenerative knee issue, and we're like,
Yeah, yeah.
well, who didn't see that coming? Like, so do I. I'm fucking 6'3" and fat, and I have fucking arthritis in my knees. Like, can't squat to
Also-
save my life anymore.
Also, I wasn't here last week to congratulate you, but golf clap for 500 pounds.
I thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
That is very impressive.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, yep. Listen.
Paul in the video, I was very suspect of his form, like, helping him, and I was like,
So-
what are you actually doing here, Paul? I thought Paul at one point was like pushing down a little bit, like, what the fuck?
No.
So it's funny because the people who don't know, like people who know Paul, like or don't know Paul, like I know Paul.
Paul's strong,
Well, no, it has nothing to do. Yes, Paul is.
mentally challenged strong. Like,
Yes, he is. He's got retard strength for sure.
Yeah.
Pound for pound, it's probably you and Big Z. Pound for pound, probably the two strongest human beings I know.
Z's way stronger than me.
No, but I'm saying
Overall,
but Big Z trains or did before he
Yeah,
had his
I don't really train.
before he had his condition,
I
which
hit
is
the bench like once a week with you.
this like so. What was real quick? I'm gonna throw this out there. Lost in the shuffle of me putting up 500 the other day was Paul casually got underneath 4 plates and bench 405 like it didn't exist.
wow, you did 405.
Yeah, I can get 405.
Like
I'm not. I have no interest.
and what are you weighing at? 230,
225.
225. Like okay, so
That's almost double his body weight.
this kid like he used to annoy the shit out of me because anybody who knows me knows I suck at benching.
Short arms for me.
And chest has been
that actually really does help.
probably my worst lift to date, like ever. Like I was always great at squatting. I could do shoulder press. Like, I could do all this other shit.
Yeah, shoulder press. Yeah.
Benching, I always sucked at. Like, I was fucking horrible at it because I have long fucking arms. I didn't really have a big chest for a long time.
Lots of travel.
And I had a lot of room. That bar had to go a long way. But what people don't understand about Paul, and I always find it funny when people are like, was he helping you? I'm like,
No.
Listen, bro. This man adds strokes to his golf card. Okay? We will get off. I will count Paul's strokes on a hole, and Paul will get like a double bogey for like a 6 on a par 4. He'll be like, yeah, whatever, just put me down for an 8. And I'm like, that was only a 6. And he's like, yeah, but I fucking suck, so just might as well put me down for the 8. And I'm like,
pretty true.
but Paul, like, that's not how golf works.
Right,
like,
right.
So if I needed even an ounce of help to move that weight, this motherfucker would never let me live it down. He would be the first person in my ear being like, you didn't get that.
No,
you didn't get that.
But
because just like every single time when I go out and I shoot and Paul's like, we'll shoot a game of golf, and Paul will be suspect. Then he'll watch me the next week and he'll count every fucking stroke without me knowing. And then we'll get off and be like, what'd you shoot? And he'll ask me what I shot, and I'll be like, I shot an 84. And he's like, fucking asshole. Yeah, he did. Fuck him.
Yeah, I count him. Yeah. No, I know, but people forget that we've been lifting together for 17 years now. I know how to spot you and how, like, you'll tell me, nope, don't got it. But if people want to sit there and look and, like, see, like, oh, why is he, like, touching the bar so much? A, it's 500 fucking pounds. We don't have 2 fucking spotters on either end of the bar, and if you fail on that, it's going the fuck down.
And it's not like if I fail. It's if, like, something catastrophic
happens
goes wrong.
Like it's done.
Like I pop a pec again, or
not
my
going
bicep
through
goes.
that
or,
again. And you can look at my fucking hands. I'm not lifting 500 fucking pounds with the very tips of my fingers. You know what I'm saying? Like, no veins flexing. I'm just sitting there floating, dude. You can see me float my fingers.
Oh, listen, I would do it. I'll do it. You can just put your little fingers like this.
Yeah, or
go,
that, whatever. I just like it because if I need to grab it, I can grab it.
Exactly.
That's why.
And that's why, like, and which is funny to me. Like, people will bust my balls. Like, I don't know, your brother was in it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, funny. I know you're kidding, but also like,
Of
you
course
don't
they're
know my
kidding.
brother.
Yeah.
Like, he would not give me that lift. He would be like, you didn't get it. He like, I would be the first one to know I didn't get it.
Well, I had the exact opposite. I was like, I don't think Paul definitely didn't help. At one point, right when he went to go touch the bar, it looked like the bar lowered as he touched it. So I was like, it looks like he pushed it down a little bit. And I was like, ha, 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 ha.
No, that was just my right arm kind of got a little bit of juice before my left, and I kind of did, like, I had to, like, almost walk it up a
You
little bit.
laddered it.
Yeah, you had one shot. You had not one shot, but
Well,
that was the one.
Well,
time.
that was my second attempt at it. Because remember,
That
I
day,
failed.
that's right.
I
You
failed the first
one.
attempt.
Yeah, that's right.
I failed my very first attempt at 5. I psyched.
That same day?
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes
Oh.
before that.
I didn't know that.
Right.
Not
yeah,
even.
Yeah, that was the second attempt. Yeah.
I have the video of me failing.
That's crazy.
So I did 5. I basically I attempted 500 twice. I got it once. My first attempt I failed. I psyched myself out so bad.
Yeah. Wait.
I-
1, 2.
Wait,
Wait. And
yeah.
I was like, "Well, you're fucked."
Yep, you should have been like, get off, get out.
Yeah, I should have, but
You
I
should
was.
have kicked me off right then and there, but you know better to just let me do my own
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's like when you're lining up for a drive and you're like, this feels all wrong.
Yeah.
And then, and you're like, hold on. And you're like, no, I got it. And you swing the club anyway and you fucking banana hook it into the other fairway.
Or you mash the ground like 6 inches before the ball. That's my fucking. I hate that.
It's the fucking worst.
I am not
dude.
above it. I will admit it right now. I've done it many.
Oh my God,
many,
dude.
Many fucking
so
times.
many fucking times.
But it is my absolute like. Most
But no,
hated
it's been my goal for a long time. 500 pounds on the bench has been my goal for. I mean, this journey for me started about a year ago. Right around this time last year, I think, is when I decided. I was like, you know what?
Well, yeah, because you got your 465 back.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go for 500, and we decided last fall because remember last winter I decided to. I said, you know what, fuck it, let's do it. I started, I altered my training schedule. I altered everything. I started like dialing in my shit, doing it like I cared.
Yeah.
And then remember, I slipped and fell going out my fucking back porch
Kinda.
right before I went to Daytona.
Sort of.
I slipped, and because this is when I was going down to work out with Chad and Matt and all those guys in the warehouse on Wednesday nights. And I was trying to learn how to bench and like pick up some tips from guys that have done real weight and done big shit. And I remember going out. It was the night my basement flooded. Remember?
Yeah.
And I went to let my dog out,
yeah.
and I fucking ate shit going out my back stairs, and I landed hard on my right shoulder. Then I went to Florida like 2 weeks later, and I woke up with a pinched nerve. And remember, for like 6 weeks, I had to sleep on my couch sitting up because I couldn't lay down.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So that like set me back. Like there was all sorts of stuff. But this started a year ago, and it's been a year in the making, essentially, for me, like to get to this level. And not for nothing, like, I don't think it's really set in for me that I've done it yet. Like I have people like stopping me at the gym that I've never met before, never talked to, like coming up to me like, hey, are you the guy that bench 500? And like, shout out to Dartmouth Total Fit. They took like a picture of me, put a post up. Like,
yeah.
Which I didn't know they were gonna do, and I didn't ask for it. Like,
I just made a joke to Station to throw like a picture of you up on the wall, like,
and
500 Club. You know what I mean? Like, and
best gym in the fucking world, and best staff, everything. Love everybody there. Like, it's basically Howland Place North now,
Right.
and it's awesome. But like, people like stopping me in the gym, like, oh, dude, like, are you the guy that bench 500? I'm like,
fucking right.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, that's fucking great. Like, I'm like, I feel like a little celebrity when I go in the gym now. Like, I'm like, I feel like a pig among guinea pigs. Like, I think we all know who's in charge here. Like, like.
Joey just starts wearing shit. It says 500 on it. He buys a Daytona 500 shirt, just fucking crosses out Daytona. He's like 500.
500.
But it was a milestone for me for sure.
Oh, that's the new Facebook name, Joey 500.
The Joey 500. But it was cool. It was great to do it. I'm glad Paul was there to do it because obviously, like, big ups to this kid because I wouldn't have done it without him.
Yeah, we had to do a
honestly,
lot.
Honestly, like he is like you said, we've been lifting together for 17 years, dude.
You need to have someone you can trust too. Like,
and listen,
if you're with me, I'd be like, do not attempt this.
There's only one man. There's only one man I fucking trust to spot me benching 500 by himself.
That's why I said I was like,
it's this kid. Like if anyone's gonna save my like trachea,
I would be.
It's gonna be my little brother.
Yeah,
so
you got to get that shit right, bro.
I'm like, dude,
it's big weight fucking around.
I think I'm strong for an average person. You will die if you have me spot you. It will fall on your throat.
Yeah, people don't realize, man. When you see that bar fucking flexing, like
the bar bends.
Most people don't even put weight close to the bar bending. Like when you get up to like 3 plates, 315, 325, 345, 365 in there.
Yes.
You start to see some like little shake. 405, you get like a nice shake and up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you feel like I can.
It's only a 45-pound bar. Like
right,
and you're putting it on the very end of the bar. The bar will bow a little bit.
Yeah, it bows a little bit, and depending on like which one you use too. Sometimes like we have like different bars that like people are using them, and we have to go with like these thin ass bars, and they kind of like they sort of suck.
The ones that are like 35 pounds.
No,
well, like the women's bars.
Yeah, and they got like weird knurling on them and shit. Like you got to find the right bar and like
I
the
can't
right.
fucking stand. I don't know. I don't think any gym around here has them. Remember the extra thick bars? They were like heavy duty.
I love
Oh,
that.
the axle bars.
I can't stand those.
No, I used to love
those are good for. They serve a
grabbing
purpose.
a muffler.
Yeah.
Like,
They serve
I
a
used
purpose.
to like a thicker bar. Those were always. I didn't say I said bar.
I
not
know, but you made the
rod.
gesture.
If I said rod, I like a thicker bar. Yeah, but no, there's we got to get one of those Texas Iron ones, which would be dope. Special one.
It's funny. Destry asked like what supplements and stuff. If I don't mind, like I'll just tell you right now, Destry. Like
crack.
The bottom line is, dude. Like supplements are great. Like creatine. I'm a huge fan of fucking pre-workout. Like I love me a good 400 milligram pre-workout and some
Tubs
beta
of
alanine.
protein shakes.
But bro, the bottom line is, and this is funny. Like, and I'll tell you guys this story, and I'm not gonna sit here and like wax poetic about the whole show about my fucking bench press because it's like nobody really fucking cares. Like, but the bottom line is that I did something that not a lot of people can do. Like, grand scheme of things, there's maybe a couple thousand people in the country that can do what I did a week ago today.
Wait a minute. We were talking about this. Hold on.
So
Continue.
It's a very small number of people. And Destry, the bottom line is, so the week before I hit my record, and Paul can attest to this because he was there. I remember I was livid. I struggled to get 455 off my chest.
Yeah, a couple weeks back. Yeah.
And it was 2 weeks. It was now 2 weeks ago, and I struggled. I put 455. I was working through my progressions. I couldn't get 455, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, "What the fuck is my problem?" I'm like, 455, like that's like almost warm up weight for me. Like I can hit that for like a triple if I want to. Yep. And I couldn't figure out what it was. And then I'm like, I'm like, wait a minute. And I start thinking back for the last 3, 4, 5, 6 days what I had eaten. and my calorie intake was next to nothing. So what I was doing, what I was trying to do, right? All right, so there's 3 things that you can do in the gym. You can get big, you can get strong, or you can get lean. Pick 2. You can only do 2 at the same time.
Right.
And getting big and lean, not exactly the easiest things to do at the same time, but it is possible. But you can't do all 3 at the same time. I was trying to bench big weight and almost be like in a maintenance level calorie borderline deficit.
Right.
So when like for example, like my wife has been in a deficit now since basically September. She's been cutting and cutting and cutting. She's been counting calories, cutting, weight training, doing everything. And like she's been dialing in her diet and doing a really good job. She's lost, I think, like 3, 4, 5, 6 pounds, which on her tiny frame is a massive amount. But like we'll come to dinner, like we'll have dinner at home, and I'll make the exact same amount for both of us. And I'll eat what she eats for dinner. And she was the one that was kind of like, dude, like, you're not eating enough.
Right.
And I thought about it, and I'm like, you're right. So what I did was the day that I struggled to get 455 off my tits.
Off your titties.
I went to the store, like I literally went home. I went to the supermarket, and I loaded up on. I bought all sorts of lean beef, chicken, like all sorts of. I got rice, potatoes, like carbs, like, and I loaded up and I basically meal prepped. I spent all afternoon Tuesday meal prepping for the next 5 to 6 days.
Joe prepped the horses for battle.
I did.
And the victory came from the Lord.
And the victory, Jameis Winston,
Yes.
336. We'll get into that too. But like basically, Destry, the bottom line was I went from basically trying to do this at like a maintenance level to a borderline deficit of calories to I force fed myself a minimum of 6,500 calories a day. Like if there was a Twinkie there, I ate it. If there was donuts and, you know, like they asked me, do you want anything else at Dunkin'? I'm like, yeah, I'll have a glazed donut. Yeah, I'll eat that cheeseburger. Like my post-workout meal that day was I went to McDonald's because I didn't have time to like go home and cook anything. And again, I'm not trying to cut, so I don't care. But I go to McDonald's and I get a double quarter pounder with cheese and a 10-piece nugget. Large. Like, boom, 2,000 calories. Just like that. Like my body needed it. And so I did that for 6 days. Now, was I fucking by Sunday? I wanted to kill myself because anybody who knows me like knows I don't like eating. I hate force feeding myself. It is the worst shit in the world. I would rather be in a deficit. I'd rather be cutting all day than trying to bulk or get bigger and have to force feed. I loathe it. By the time I got to Sunday, I wanted to murder myself. But by the time I got to Monday morning, I looked in the mirror. My shoulders looked like they were popping. My biceps were capped. My shoulders were capped. My biceps were popping. They looked full.
My booty was popping.
And I felt good going into Tuesday.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I get to Tuesday, 485 flew off my chest like it didn't exist. And I looked at you and I'm like, we're doing it.
It was either 485 or 465.
It was 485. 465 went up mad easy. Then
quick.
we did 485. That went up easy.
Like, 485 went up just about as easy as the 65, if I remember. And I was like,
But that's a mental thing then,
because
too.
I know Joe's speed on bench when it goes up, and I'm like, this motherfucker's got 500, I think. Because it went, the 465, 485 went up buttery fucking smooth on the 485, and I was like, I'm like 20 more pounds, bro. 10's on each side, dog. I'm like,
But I remember when I was
whatever, like, because we do the 2.5s and all that. It's only 500, but
5 plates and 2.5.
like my goal was always 300, but I remember getting there when I was going with Jake regularly, and I did 275, and I blew through it easy, and he was like, you could do 3.
Yeah.
So we added the 30 pounds on it to make it like 305. And then I kind of like struggled, but I think it was more mental at that point.
That's all it is.
Oh, trust me, a lot of it is mental. I psyched
Yeah.
my first attempt at 500. I psyched myself out so bad. My adrenaline was pumping because I'm sitting here going like in my head I'm like, okay, here we go. Like here's the moment. Like don't fuck it up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like there's our buddy Casey filming it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like who took the video and big ups to him for doing that for us.
Yeah, the mental break is a huge one. It's just like doing dumbbells.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I struggle with dumbbells. I got the hundreds, and I'm like, why the fuck can't I do this?
you really?
And then all of a sudden, Fats will just, like, put his hands next to my wrists, and I just feel like I'm in, like, a channel. And
Like
it's just like,
stabilize it.
bang, and I just start fucking racking
just
them out,
rep the
and I'm
shit
like,
out.
yeah, I'm like, dude, I can't do it. Like, it's weird. I don't know what it is. Like a fucking weird mental block, dude. And I don't think it'll ever go away because we started like that. Like when we were at Howland Place, like back in the day, that's how we lifted. Like that's how we spotted and did shit. And a lot of that comes from like Mello and shit like that, from like all those guys.
Listen, man, I still to this day, I will say that, and this is no disrespect to you, Nick, Mark, anybody I've ever lifted for. Mello, and I love the kid to death. He is the guy. He pushed me.
Yeah.
He taught me how to push.
Right. I came back from Florida.
Yeah.
And you had gotten thick, like.
I went from
depth-wise,
217
like,
to 265 in a year, basically.
God
We've been gone.
damn.
Yeah. I remember, and I was like, what the fuck you been doing? He was like, oh, I just been lifting with Mel. I was like, oh, word, no doubt. So that's when we started hitting Howland Place like a motherfucker and kind of getting the base.
C was the dude that pushed me to my limits. Like
That was all the base work started.
Still remember the first time I did 315. I had just done 275. Mello hopped on the bench, did 315. Now, and anybody knows C, he's much smaller than me now. But back then, he was much bigger than me, but like not taller, but bigger. And he hopped on, he did 315. He's like, I'm not taking these weights off. I'm tired of peeling plates. Get on my level. And I'm like, I can't do that. He goes, I didn't fucking ask you if I thought you could do it. I said, get on the fucking bench and do it. And I'm like, all right, well, get ready to deadlift this then, I guess. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I got down, and it just flew off my chest. And I'm like, oh. And I got up, and I was like, stoked as fuck because I just did 315 for the first time ever. I'm like, holy shit. And he goes, don't ever fucking doubt me again.
Yeah.
The next time I tell you to fucking lift something, shut the fuck up and lift it. And I was like, okay. And for the next year and a half, that's all it was just pushing through shattering barriers. And like he taught me how.
Still early 20s.
Dude, I wasn't even 21 yet. No, actually, I'm sorry. I just turned 21. Just turned 21. So Mello taught me how to push myself through it. Then I lifted with Big Z and Reese and and like, you know what I mean? And like we all kind of learned together. Right. And Z was always just a step ahead. Like always just a step ahead.
Yeah.
Just a naturally strong freak of fucking nature. And, you know, and shout out to him. He texted me the other day and was like, gave me big props on my lift. And that made me feel good. The conversation we had, you know, for those that know him, know why. It was a good conversation, and but it made me feel really good, and I'm happy. I'm happy to be doing it for guys like Big Z, who can't do it anymore,
right? For
various reasons, and he's like, he's like saying like I'm living vicariously through you now, so go big. So now I guess the next step is 600.
Yep. And
that's it, man. Like I think I'm just gonna dedicate the next year of my life to just. Like let's go for elite levels, man. 500 is elite, but 600 is like, whoo, like that's some elite rare air right there. Like now you're like you're breathing the top of Everest
raw
at that point.
Too, motherfucker.
Raw. Oh yeah, no
ain't
raw.
No fucking slings.
No, fuck
ain't no
that.
bullshit.
I'm not using suits. I'm not using suits or slingshots. No disrespect to those guys that do. It's just I don't want to do that. I want to be able to just be
raw.
I want to be more of a Larry Wheels, Mariusz Pujanowski, Brad Castleberry kind of.
What about sleeves? What about sleeves to protect your elbows?
Elbow sleeves count as raw. You can have elbow wraps or elbow wraps.
That counts as raw still?
Yes, elbow wraps and wrist wraps are the only things that you're allowed to bench to be considered raw.
Yep.
So
Destry, if I tried tomorrow, I'm not hitting 300. 225 still for sure.
So you had pulled something up.
Oh my God! Yeah, sorry, you're going on. So 1 in every 22,000 people can bench 500 for men, and then another stat was
I think it's way less than that. 1 in every 22,000
men.
Maybe amongst lifters.
No, it's taking the world. I put in the world.
No, it's way less than 1. It's like 1 in 100,000.
You mean more than? You don't mean less.
1 in 22,000. That's a lot of people that can bench 500.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that many.
Well, anyway,
that's like 5 times more than what it actually is.
It's fucking Google AI. Google's probably smoking crack. Anyway, in the IPF, which is a drug-tested federation of the 118,918 males, 21,355, 18% have done it. That's it. And that's professional weightlifters.
IPF.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're talking about, and then of the women, .00007% have lifted
Women
500
don't
pounds.
count. And then when you put it on and that's amongst lifters.
Yes.
When you put it on a global scale, it's absolutely insane. Because I
thought 1 in 22,000 was good.
I think
No.
I'm pretty sure. And hold on, the one that I have here. Hold up.
Fuck my life.
Where is it? It's I have a graph here too that I've used, and it pops up on
Well, if you're
Reddit.
sitting in a football stadium and like 3 people can do it, that's fucking great.
Honestly, I think it's less than that. In a football stadium, I honestly believe it is. It's about one. If you have 100,000 people in a stadium, it's about one person that can do
I
it.
would think, yeah.
Let me pull up this. Hold on, I have the graph. Hold on.
Yeah, I thought because even like the percentage of just people
Where'd
from
it
like
go?
lifters that can do even like 260 or what is it, like 315 or like 250 or anything like over that is like really, really small.
It's significantly less than I think people realize.
I ain't doing that.
Well,
Like your talk motivates me. It's like, man, I want to get back to 300. Like, it motivates me to do that. But like 4 and 5, I'm like,
That's what I do, baby. I motivate the thugs.
I got kids.
You always go over 300. It's always 315.
Yeah, it's never exactly
Oh, here it
3.
is.
But
No, it's
I
always
count
350.
I count
It's 3 plays.
305 to
3 plays.
315.
So
I don't do
according
three
to
plays.
this,
Three
the
I'm a bitch.
3 plays, bro. Just throw 'em up.
distribution of each man's max raw bench press, all weight classes, all federations worldwide. 500 to 549.9, 2,019 people.
Wait, what? Out of how many?
This is from a of each of all federations, all weight classes worldwide.
Wow, okay.
So, total number of lifters was 203,000. So this is in competition.
That's like 1 out of every 400,000
So this could be drug
people.
tested, not drug tested, whatever. So in the entire world, in all bench competitions last year, 2,019 men were able to bench press between 500 and 550.
That's fucking crazy.
So in the world, that's like 1 out of every 400,000.
When you get to 551 pounds, you are one of 467.
400, yeah.
Which I feel like I'm absolutely capable of that. 600, that's another level. I still think I'm capable of it, but 600 to 650, 120 people did. So if I can hit 600, I will be one of 120 people
in the world, pretty much.
in the world. That's in the world. That's across all federations across the world.
Just start getting merch made.
Raw bench press though, not slingshots, because what you were looking at, I bet you was not
Probably. I just
was
Googled,
not
like,
raw. That's slingshot suits.
Oh, probably.
All that,
I just
bench
Googled 500
bench shirts, I should say, not suits, but whatever.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Which, and like again, no disrespect. That's one way to do it. Like when Butthead asked Beavis if he had, 2 dicks, like would he have sex with 2 chicks? He's like, nah, I just jerk off with both hands. He's like, you wouldn't have sex with 2 chicks? He's like, more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah, I mean, maybe your joints are bad or something. You got, some people need that shit. I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, there's so many varying numbers because it's such a uncontrolled. You can't like record that stat because, all right, so like let's say there's 120 guys that did it in meets, right? But my Instagram, I follow at least 3 people,
right,
that can do it, like
Right.
Julius Maddox, Leroy Walker, and probably Larry Wheels can probably do it at this point.
right.
But then, like, you see, like, these bullshit videos on Facebook, and it's like, world's strongest 17-year-old benches 815 pounds. And I'm like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. No one at 17 is benching 8. I'm like, you mean to tell me that kid at, like, 240, 250 pounds, maybe, just benched 815? Like, he did more than Julius Maddox? Like, yeah, no. So don't be fooled by the bullshit you see online either.
It's all clickbait shit.
It really is, dude.
Yeah, and the bumper plates and all that.
Yeah,
bullshit,
and
the fake weights.
fake weights, dude. Like dudes are, and like the amount of people that chase clout in the gym is just so disgusting. Like that, and that's one thing. Like I said, like, and when I put it in my post, like I never post workout videos.
Yeah.
Ever. Like I don't ever post a picture of me working out or like, you know, like I might Snapchat a couple of my friends, like, you know, my buddies that lift if I want to flex on them, and like I'm over there like, you know, rowing 7 plates,
Right.
you know, for sets of 10, and I'm just like, hey man, they're like, you know, I had a sweet back day today. I'm like, oh, that's cute. I'm conducting business like my last name's Trump, motherfucker. What? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's only like, and I'll throw shade at like Rome, you know what I mean? Like a couple other dudes that I'm friends with that are like, fuck you. Because they're just mad they're not as big as I am. You know what I mean? But like, it's all in good fun. But like, I never like, I'll never go online and like brag about what I do or what I've done. But people ask me about it now. And like, you know, like Destry, like he wants to know, like, yo, what do you take? Like, dog, I take everything under the sun. There's nothing I won't take. You know what I mean? Creatine, beta alanine,
PCP.
BCAs, like whatever, like do whatever, like if they sell it and they say it'll help me, I'll try anything once.
Right.
But like, also, I'm not Jay Cutler. I'm not Ronnie Coleman. I'm not dialed into the point where like I know like, oh, this actually did help me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you've got to like kind of balance everything out with like, dude, the bottom line is diet. And I hate all those people like, oh, the gym is 90% the kitchen. And I'm like, fuck you, because yes, it is.
I know, and that's the worst part.
And it's not even the kitchen. Just you've got to just decide what you want to do and then go after it. You got to attack that goal. Like if you want to get lean, get in a deficit. You want to get big and strong, you got to eat more calories. Like you got to carb up. Like, yeah, dude. Like you're not gonna be shredded and have a 6-pack and also bench 700 pounds at the same time. Look at the guys. Look at the big dudes that bench. Julius Maddox, Leroy Walker, Todd Mendelson, like all these dudes that are big benchers, they're all fucking like
They're fire hydrants.
Or look at the kids
Huge.
that just go the correct route, where they bulk the fuck up and they look fat, sloppy, big, just fat, but you can see that they're fucking yoked.
Right.
And then they just go on a hardcore fucking shred and they just bust out looking like fucking C-Bomb or some shit. Like, not obviously, but you know what I'm saying? But
what C-Bomb
that's
does
the
is
goal, though, is
Right.
you bulk the fuck up. Everybody knows this.
I would be shocked if C-Bum ever I'd be shocked if he ever bench pressed.
Right.
Flat bench.
I'd
Like I'd be
probably
shocked.
not,
I'd
yeah.
be shocked if you ever did. Incline press, sure, and I'd be shocked if you ever put more than 3 plates on it. Because bodybuilding, you don't need to. Like, yes, you can be strong as a bodybuilder. You know what I mean? Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman.
Right.
You know, fucking Dorian Yates was a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Like, there's tons of dudes that were crazy strong. Lou Ferrigno was crazy strong. Larry Wheels. Like, all those dudes are insanely strong.
Right. I don't know if Lee Priest was strong, but he was just big.
Lee Priest was awesome, dude.
He was just huge as a motherfucker.
Serge
when he was
Olivier is still
young.
my favorite.
Who was the curly-haired dude with a mustache that was in Get Pumped?
Big Tony.
No, that was
Big
Mike.
Tony.
Mike Menser? Was it Mike Menser? Is that
Oh,
who you're
the
talking about?
blonde? Looked at Hulk Hogan?
No,
motherfucker?
not blonde. This guy looked like porn star, like thin,
Yeah, I think
jacked
it was
Ron
Mike-
Jeremy.
I want to say it was Mike Menser.
Blonde guy, not him. Not the blonde dude.
The one that has his kid hanging off his bicep when he's doing the pose?
I think so. Hold on.
I can see it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I can-
Not
I know.
Lou. You're not talking about Lou.
No,
Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno. Everyone knows Lou
No.
Ferrigno.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Lou is my friend. I can't do the voice right now.
Yeah,
But anyway,
right.
all right. So that's our open to the show about my lifting.
Weightlifting.
Cool. So yes, sweet. Thank you, Sean, for the congratulations. I appreciate it.
No, you're welcome. Honestly, that's a crazy accomplishment.
I don't think I've quite like I don't think I've fully accepted that I've done it yet, because I feel like in my own mind I'm like, okay, cool, like I did that, now what's next? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like,
I can't wait for the day.
I'm on to
in
the
which-
next thing. And also, like I said, between my Instagram and Facebook feeds, I'm like, oh, cool, the last horse crosses the line. Like, about time, fat ass.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey.
you know?
No, I'm saying you go full character in it. You wear like a United States like fucking like Olympic wrestling onesie like Kurt Angle, and you go in there blasting American music. Yeah, take the straps down when you get serious.
Jug of water. The
Yeah.
gallon.
No, I just want to walk in.
No, don't do that. I hate that. People always
I
carry
haven't done the
gallons of
jug.
water.
Yeah, the jug gallon of water. I don't need that. Like, I'll just
Piss jug.
yeah.
I don't go to the bathroom. I just piss at the bench.
Just
The,
piss
Ari-
there.
the Arizona tea gallon.
Yeah.
Piss nuke.
Oh my god.
Right, where all the chicks are doing like, their little like Pilates shits. Piss nuke.
But no, thank you, man. I appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody's support and kind words and congrats and everything else too. Because honestly, that was it did make me feel really, really good to do that. Not just for myself,
Hell
but
yeah, of course it did.
you know, the amount of people that came out and were like, "Damn, man, like you got me fucking wanting to bench mad weight now. Like I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna go for it. Like do that. Like made me feel really good. It made me feel cool.
Fuck yeah.
You know, for like 2.5 seconds, I felt like I feel like I was I accomplished something that like made people like want to like that it motivated people.
Yep.
You know, like Jeezy said, man, I motivate the thugs,
Yeah,
man.
no
you know what I'm
shit. 'Cause
saying?
that's why I got under it. I was like, fuck it, do 405. And I was like,
And this kid,
ah!
yeah, and this kid just casually just throws up 405. I'm like, you're an asshole.
I was like, all right, cool, I got it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like a bitch because Joe
Bum-
did 100 pounds
fucking
more than me.
bum shoulder and
95.
all.
Yeah, 2 of them.
Yeah, but anyway, well, this kid, I swear to God, dude, if he actually, Sean, if he actually fucking cared about going to the gym and like actually wanted to move weight, he would probably have the state record by now.
No, I mean,
Like hands down.
there's a lot of people in the state, dude.
But if I hit 600, I will own the state record.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's under 600.
Oh, no shit.
So, as far as I know, for Raw anyway.
Right.
That's fucking crazy.
So if I can hit 600, if it's not the state record, it's damn close. And if it's not the state record and it's damn close, then I'll just break the state record. I don't give a fuck.
You have to, if you're wearing a sweatshirt to Dartmouth Total Fitness that day. Actually, they should sponsor us at this point. For how many times we've said Dartmouth Total Fitness? They should hang your sweatshirt in the rafters, and just say, can't say legal name.
Joey Fats.
Yeah, there we go, Joey Fads.
This was his
And
hoodie.
they're like, you have to pick a number, and Joey's like, fuck.
97, bro.
Why 97?
Hot 97, baby. Come on, man. The Ron Bray story. You don't remember this?
I know, but I don't fucking pick 97.
That was my number. 97 was my number.
Yeah, you gotta pick a bet. No, nobody.
It's either 97 or 27. There is no other number.
No, the new NFL rule, you can pick whatever number you want.
No. 97 or 27.
Linebacker, you could be number 2.
27 is my iRacing number because it's
Okay.
aesthetically pleasing as fuck on a car.
That's what I mean.
And I think it is the
aesthetically
most aesthetically pleasing number. And then 97 is the second most aesthetically pleasing number.
about 0. Bring
No.
it back.
No, I don't want no. I ain't a 0, 1. I'm not a single digit guy.
I think it's cool sometimes.
I don't. Honestly, I like
I
single
know,
digits for
linebackers and shit like that.
Yeah, I like single digits for like quarterbacks, but I don't like it for anybody else. But anyway, let's get into some football, boys, because we got a lot to cover tonight. And
Last week sucked. The games I just felt for week 12 were just shitty.
they were well. Let's talk about it, shall we?
Well, no, your team had a fucking great week.
Well, I told you we were gonna. Not you personally, but I knew, like, you know.
No, I mean, it was
Listen.
the Raiders.
We swept the Raiders, okay? We're returning the favor. Which, by the way, 774-992-8702 is the phone number if you want to give us a call. The phone is on and working, I think.
Eat shit, Raiders.
But yes, we've returned the favor. We've swept the Raiders now. We won in Vegas for the first time ever.
Oh, wow, okay.
We'd never won in Vegas since they moved there. And this is the first time we've beat Oakland at home, or the Raiders at home, since 2015 when we won the Super Bowl.
Do you want to just start off with the Denver game then?
We could, if you want, because I want to get it. Because I got a lot I want to get into, and I want to spend a little bit of time on the Broncos, but not a shit ton.
That's fine.
But I want to get into. I wrote some decent notes because we're going to get into the Broncos and the Raiders. We're going to get into the upsets of the week, including the
I feel like
NFC,
there's a ton of
AFC.
upsets.
We'll get into your Patriots.
Do we have to? It's a fucking
Yeah, absolutely.
nightmare.
Well, because I want because I have an honest question about your Patriots.
Oh,
we'll get to
please.
it.
Yeah.
We'll get into last night's game on Monday night. Where this leads. The NFC West.
NFC West. I want
And-
to talk about. I wasn't here the last couple of weeks. I'm not sure if it was last week's show or 2 weeks ago. So fuck you. I do listen, even if it's not the whole show. Juan Soto. I want to fucking touch base on that. You brought it up, and I don't think you guys went back to it. But that's a legit possibility for the Red Sox, and that would bring me back in as like something
But
that's serious.
Does it make? But do you actually? Here's the thing, and I'll put this Juan Soto thing to bed real quick. The Red Sox are going to pretend like they're in on Juan Soto
There's a difference.
to get the fans like, oh, we're back,
I don't want pretend.
and then they're going to get outbid, and they're going to go, oh, it was just a little too much. We
Nope.
couldn't do what we wanted to do, and they're not going to get him. They're going to go, but we tried. And you're
Nope.
going to go, and then yep. That's what it's going to be.
But if that's what happens, then I'm the same stance I am
Yeah,
currently.
that's what it's gonna
I'm
be.
all set with the Red Sox. But if they put a serious commitment, even if they get Juan Soto, the team is still going to be dog shit. They're not going to fucking win anything.
They'll be better than they were this year, but yeah, they're not
Sure,
winning anything.
But they're not going to win anything. But it would at least show a fucking commitment to paying somebody.
You know
and
what's
stop
funny?
being cheap fucks.
Watch Chris Sale win the Cy Young next year. Now that he's,
Didn't he? He almost won it this year.
I know. Watch him win it next year.
I hope he does. I loved Chris Sale.
Me too.
Sorry,
But anyway, but yeah, all right. So we'll start off. Let's start off with the Broncos real quick because I told you guys before the season started, the Broncos were going to win 10 games this year.
You're at 7.
What?
I don't know if I'm looking at this right. I'll tell you later. I was just looking at the state bench press records, not to go back to it, but I was just checking it out.
What is it? Raw though?
Raw bench was set in 2019 for men 35 to age 39.
I thought you said 3,500 pounds. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm leaving this
Can't
room.
be right. It was only 325 pounds.
No, that's not right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I can't find.
Yeah, it's.
I'm on the USPCA database, but I
But
just
wait,
can't.
is this like? No, this might be like events. Like, are they doing like multiple things?
No, this is just raw bench.
I know, but the guys are just not gonna show.
Drug tested raw
The guys
bench.
not gonna just
So
show up.
I
do
know.
one
I
thing
know
and leave.
one of my friends that my buddy Chad that I went to train with. I believe he did 506 in a competition.
How the fuck 506?
So, again,
Half
I'm
pounds.
fairly certain it was like 565 or 575.
All right, here we go. We got guys doing 446, 440, 446, 407.
It's got to be. It's above 500. I know it is because I know at least one person that's benched 500 plus in the competition.
Who the fuck gets 447?
That's
How are they getting
that's
these numbers?
open. That's open men.
So anyway,
Yeah, back to
we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
It just pissed me off. Like 447. What the fuck? Like, fix that.
You sprucing?
I was gonna, yeah.
Yeah, I could spruce.
So, our as an outsider,
I put the whole box up on the thing.
as an
It's like-
outsider, are people that were critical of Bo Nix now backtracking? Because
you have to be.
you're
You're backpedaling like you're fucking Champ Bailey in his prime, dude.
he's been great the last few weeks, and
Phenomenal.
Sean Payton was right. Sean Payton knows what he needs. He knows what he needs players to do. Bo Nix he was 25 of 42, 273, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he had fucking a rush for 5 yards. You know, I don't like this rookie class always running. Like, they all fucking run too much.
And this is the funny thing about Jaden Daniels, and like we talked about this before the draft, how we were all out on Jaden Daniels because we didn't feel like he was going to be able to stay healthy because he's such a rail. And
He's been
look,
fucking-
ever since that rib injury, he hasn't been the same.
Oh, well,
He got hit in that game against what was the Hail Mary game?
Yes.
Was it the Pittsburgh game?
Yes.
Where they threw the Hail Mary?
yeah, but overall, he's been great. But, yes, it is true. Like, but he's only like 174 pounds as a quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. And you and I wanted nothing to do with that.
I didn't. I love his
Nothing to do with it.
arm.
Love his arm, love his talent. Wanted nothing to do with him as the quarterback of my team.
That's the reason. The RG3.
10 out of exactly.
But an RG3, same team. It's the same problem. It's these dudes are too frail. Yes, they have speed. They have incredible arms. But can you have a 300-pound man hit you repeatedly and you get up?
Right, and it's not just the hits that you take when you're running. It's the ones that you take when you're standing in the pocket and you're actually vulnerable.
And get fucking blasted.
That's when you've got to be able to stand in and be able to take that hit. Like,
Can you be a man, sit there, take it, and get back up and get to the next play 30
and
seconds
not only
from
that,
now?
but like know how to protect yourself in the pocket and know when that hit's coming, get rid of the ball, and then protect yourself. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. Just ask Tom Brady. Like, no one put more time and effort into staying healthy than Tom Brady. And it showed because he played for 23 fucking years. And at a high level, nonetheless. Like, it's not like when Tom Brady retired, he couldn't play anymore or couldn't play in this league.
No, what do you have, like 4,800 yards?
He
and
could
like
have
30
absolutely
touchdowns?
come back and played another year if he wanted to. Like, and probably been at the very worst, a top 7 quarterback in the league. So
Yeah.
don't give me that shit. But the bottom line is, Jaden Daniels and I, you and I didn't want anything to do with Jaden Daniels, and this is why. Bo Nix, even though he was a little bit older, but he had the experience. I told you Bo Nix was winning Offensive Rookie of the Year preseason. I am now doubling down on that. Even though Vegas still has Jaden Daniels as the odds-on favorite,
I think Drake May might make a late push.
he's not going to.
I mean, the team is dog shit.
But he's not going to put up the numbers to do it.
He might.
He's what 10 touchdowns short of what Bo Nix is right now.
Yeah, but he also has like 7 less games.
Right. He's not winning. He's not winning offensive rookie of the year by not playing.
I
7
said
games.
make a push.
No, he ain't gonna make a push.
We'll see.
He ain't gonna make a push.
He'll finish top 3.
It'll be a damn if we had started this kid from week 1, would he be offensive rookie of the year right now? Maybe.
Oh, I think he'd be definitely in the conversation.
He
for sure.
100%. It'd be a 3-horse race instead of a 2-horse race right now. Absolutely.
Oh, you don't like Caleb?
No. No, I don't. And listen, it's not because Caleb lacks talent.
He does have talent.
He's got tremendous talent.
Mentally, he sucks.
But he just can't win games. And the more these losses add up for Caleb Williams, the further and further he's going to get pushed into that dark corner, and the harder it's going to be to pull him out.
I was told it was Shane Waldron was holding him back this whole time.
Yes, and then they fired him, and guess it wasn't.
I guess it's the same shit keeps happening.
Whoops. No, Caleb Williams had bust written all over him. We called that from preseason. Don't even talk to me about Caleb Williams. Like, just shut up.
I still think one of the better quarterbacks. I wasn't a Caleb fan. Jaden I liked, but I didn't like the stat. I loved Drake May for many reasons, and I just happened to get him. Bo Nix.
Paul, you don't need to close that door all the way.
I did, though. Bo Nix.
Hey, you guys always like close it all the way shut. You just
sorry.
leave it like half-ass open.
Bo Nix, I was wrong
Thank you.
about because I was like, and you know what? Shame on me for twice not believing in Oregon guys because I had the same thing with Justin Herbert, and I was like, meh. And then I was wrong about him, but now he's kind of go. No, fucking Mariota, I was dead accurate about.
Well, I thought you might have been wrong, but yeah, I was gonna say like they my bad. Yeah, keep going.
Mariota was put into a terrible situation though.
Yes.
I was more or less saying that you were like right about not believing in Oregon quarterbacks with Mariota.
Well, Herbert was put into a terrible situation and has still somehow managed to rise above that.
Because he's nasty.
Because he is really good.
And same with Bo Nix so far too.
Bo Nix was put into a great situation though.
The best thing I liked about Marcus is that I made on this show, I was like, suck a lot of Mariota. And that was the only thing I liked about it.
Suck a lot of Mariota.
That's right. It was coming off the Suck for Luck campaign.
Yeah,
so we were all trying to get the rhymes in.
He is one of the only quarterbacks to throw a touchdown pass to himself.
That is true. He did that in a playoff game.
Brady did it one time too.
Yeah, it was at one of. I know it's been done kind of, but like, you know, the dog off the helmet comes back, run, fuck it. You know what I mean? Whatever he did that play.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Who did Brady do it against?
Was it Green Bay? I think it was an NFC team.
Hold on. Brady. I mean, I remember Brett Favre throw his first. I think his first completion was to him.
It was regular season though, right? Yeah. Oh, Favre's first completion.
Yeah.
I'm talking about touchdown. Who scored a touchdown?
Favre's first completion was to himself against the Washington Redskins, if I'm not mistaken.
That's pretty sweet.
But anyway, but no, I told you Bo Nix was going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year. I firmly believe that he is going to secure that over the next couple of weeks because Jaden Daniels has not looked the same since the rib injury, which again was our biggest criticism of Jaden Daniels coming into the season was whether or not he was going to be able to stay healthy. Sean Payton firmly believes in Bo Nix. The Broncos, the team, the locker room believes in Bo Nix.
Brady's never done it.
2020 he did it, dude. I just read it. He was a buck.
I got Brad Johnson, Marcus Mariota, Fitzpatrick, who was a buck, and Josh Allen.
Tom Brady throws past to himself, scores a touchdown in fantasy rec game.
Fantasy rec game.
Yeah, they're talking about it like Brady threw a pass to himself. It was a fucking wreck of a game.
Oh. Well, I don't know. It didn't come up in
whatever.
Either way.
I don't remember him doing that, but
yeah, Josh Allen's done it. Marcus Mariota and Ryan.
Josh Allen's not a surprise.
So the bottom line is the Broncos believe that they for the first time since Peyton Manning we have a quarterback.
Yeah.
In Denver, and
the defense is
and it's amazing, right? Remember last year when Russell Wilson was here and all these Russell Wilson apologists were telling us, well, you need a better offensive line. Your offensive line sucks. They can't protect him. They can't do this. They can't do that. Do you know the Broncos have the #1 offensive line in the league this year?
Do they right now?
With the same 5 starters
funny how that
as they
works.
did last year?
I hope we sign
And
Bowles.
not only do we have not only do they have the least sacked quarterback, they have the least sacked quarterback by like 40 something sacks. Like, the gap is fucking tremendous.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
It is insane.
Well, how fast is his release? Is he like a 2-second release guy?
Bo's only been sacked, I think, I don't even know if he's in double-digit sacks.
It's not even his release. It's his ability to get out of the fucking pocket in peace. I was trying to find a video for Joe today that I can't
It's
find.
called.
That I'm still trying to find. But
we all So we said this last year, right? When we watched fucking Russell Wilson piss away what could have been a really successful season in Denver because he was seeing ghosts, like real ones, in the pocket on Christmas Eve against the Patriots. And he decided to just say, you know what? Fuck this season. Fuck this team. I'm just going to suck balls and get my fucking $80 million and get out of here. Like, he sucks so bad. Don't forget the Broncos paid him $80 million to fuck off. Okay? And don't worry, Steelers fans. Those chickens are coming home to roost. Believe me. This whole little, this facade that you got going on here. And listen, maybe Mike Tomlin is better at coaching a guy like Russ Wilson than Sean Payton was because Sean Payton actually knows how to make a productive offense, something Mike Tomlin's never had. Not because Mike Tomlin's not a good coach. It's not his forte. It's not a knock on Mike Tomlin at all. I love Mike Tomlin. I think he's one of the top 3 or 4 coaches in the league, but that's beside the point. Mm-hmm. You're going to see why you are going to down these next 6 weeks. You are going to understand why the Denver Broncos paid Russell Wilson $80 million to fuck off.
So the Broncos remaining schedule, because you said 10 wins.
We've got Monday night. We've got Monday night against Cleveland.
That's 50
at home.
Okay, you're at home. That's fine.
No, we're gonna smoke them. But Jameis Winston ain't throwing they ain't putting.
No, Jameis Winston.
They ain't putting up numbers in there. This is gonna be another like Atlanta Falcons game, like a 31-6, 31-12 kind of game for the Broncos. They're gonna blow the fucking Browns out at home. Jameis is gonna throw up a couple of lollipops. Even like Chris Harris and all these old Broncos, Todd Davis and all these guys that I listen to now, they're like, oh, we love playing against Jameis Winston because we knew he was going to give us like 2 or 3 opportunities a game to just go up and steal one. Yeah. And it's just a matter of if you can make the play or not. And you knew it was coming, just a matter of when. So I think Denver's going to do that. They'll get Zach Allen back healthy on Monday night, which was a big deal that went under the radar on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Then they've got the bye week, the Colts coming out of the bye, and then at home, and then we've got the Chargers on the road on Thursday night 4 days later. Then we get the Bengals at home, and then we're on the road, and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Week 18. So we get the Chiefs at home, week 18. Chiefs probably have nothing left to play for at that point. Can pretty much chalk that up as a win because we're going to be
going undefeated anymore. That's for sure.
And we're going to be playing their backup, so we should pretty much be able to chalk that up as a win unless we have nothing to play for either. But even still, I don't think Sean Payton and that team is going to want to sit there and split with the Chiefs, get swept by the Chiefs. They'd rather split. So chalk that up as a win. That puts us at 8. We beat the Colts and the Browns the next 2 weeks. That puts us at 10. Mm-hmm. That wins me $1,000. So,
hey, good for you.
That's pretty damn good.
I put my fucking money where my mouth was at the beginning of the season. I said this team was winning 10 games. I still firmly stand by that. Now, Bo Nix winning offensive rookie of the year, the odds were not good enough for me to put any money on, but I did throw $9 because that's what I had left in my FanDuel account after I went 8 for 9 on another parlay this week. 2 weeks in a row. I constructed a 10-legger last week and a 9-legger this week. I was 9 for 10 and 8 for 9.
Damn.
Last week it was Cortland Sutton. I needed just Cortland Sutton to catch a touchdown.
Yeah.
Would have won me like $900. Didn't get it. Okay, that was my 1 out of 10 that I didn't get. This week, obviously Cortland Sutton goes off, catches 2 fucking touchdowns.
2 touchdowns, was he
97 yards.
97 yards.
On 8 grabs. And then but the one bet that I had that didn't cover, I took the Chiefs with the points against Carolina.
Okay, smart.
Damn.
So,
oh no.
Yeah. So the one time the Chiefs don't blow out a shitty opponent, and I should have known it was on the road, but it's Carolina.
But they just lost. I think the Chiefs took their foot off the gas and they're like, whatever.
I just don't think the Chiefs are very good. We'll get into the Chiefs in a second.
Are they the 2019 Patriots?
Yes, 100%. That I'm glad you said that because that is exactly where I was going with this. But No, so I think the Broncos are going to win 10 games.
Well,
Bo Nix is the fucking truth.
3 to go.
The running game is still finding its legs a little bit, but this defense is elite.
Williams fucking is the most frustrating dude of all time. Because one week you'll and this not to get into fantasy, but one week you'll need him. You'll be like, he'll definitely get 80 yards for sure, and he gets like fucking 30. And the next week it's like they're playing like a badass team, and he gets like 112. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah,
he's very inconsistent.
If you're gonna play Javonte in fantasy, wait until somebody like the rumblings in Denver are like, oh, Jaquan McMillan or not Jaquan McMillan. Fuck it. Oh my God. Estime, Audric Estime, okay. or what's his name might take his place.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Javante's like, "Oh, the hell you are," and he goes off. It's when Javante's the starter and he's the number one guy. It's like 6 carries, 24 yards, 3 receptions, 18 yards. You're like,
I know. It's like, what
the
happened?
fuck? You know. So if you want Javonte, you need a motivated Javonte, apparently. But the Denver Broncos are going to the playoffs. That Thursday night game that just got flexed for the Chargers, because that was a Sunday game, they flexed it back to Thursday night. So it was supposed to be on Sunday. They flexed it 4 days earlier to Thursday night. Apparently, Sean Payton and the coaching staff had final say on that, and they agreed to it.
Okay.
Because Sean Payton, I guess when he addressed the team, he said, "Listen, boys, when you're this late in the season, you want to be the guys getting flexed into these games, not getting flexed out." And he issued it as a challenge to these guys. So they're going to have to go.
Right.
So they're coming off the bye. So we're going to have the bye week, Colts at home, then 4 days to get ready for the Chargers.
Oh, fuck. We play you this year? Yeah.
In Denver.
I play you
coming
Sunday.
out of our bye.
Nice and rested up.
So hopefully we just take care of business against the Colts and the Browns over the next 2 games in the next 3 weeks. That gets us to our 9 wins, and then I feel very confident that we'll get at least one more because we got that Kansas City game, Week 18, at home.
You probably take that one.
Because the thing is like the Bengals still scare the shit out of me. Even though I feel like we'll beat them because I think they play to our strengths. Like
Dude, I think they fire the coach this offseason.
I was gonna say they're
100%.
not really like a very like cohesive unit this year either.
No, you're
all
gonna
be
bitching
able to
about
exploit.
money.
Yeah, dude. Are they really even playing? I think with coming in with the Broncos, you guys are going to be able to not walk all over the Bengals, but like I said, like the internal turmoil that's going on between the Bengals, I think.
Well, outside of
good
Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, the Bengals suck.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like,
I
you
like
guys
T.
should have an upper hand as
T's
far
awesome,
as
but-
mental strength goes into this game, which is huge.
The defense for the Bengals doesn't show up ever. Joe Burrow plays
what happened
his
to that
heart
dude
out.
Hubbard? He was like
Joe
cool a
Burrow
couple
threw
years
5
ago.
touchdowns and lost the game.
I know.
Crazy. Yeah, that's bad, dude.
Dude, he went to the locker room and probably thought about killing himself.
Yeah, like, hey
I don't
guys,
remember
what the
somebody.
fuck?
I'm trying to think of the last time somebody threw 5 and lost. It had to have been like was it like 04 Dante Culpepper?
It was probably like Jeff Garcia or some shit.
Like it's got to be like I'm trying to think of the last time somebody threw that many and lost.
That reminds me of like Jeff Garcia.
Or maybe it was
Terrell
like Jameis
Owens.
in his 30-30 season.
Hold on, that has to. No, oh my God! But Jameis would have 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, so that shouldn't count. Last quarterback to throw 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, look it up.
I got Derek Anderson and Ben Roethlisberger.
Derek Anderson's a great. Ben Roethlisberger's not a surprise either.
Yeah, what's that? 07, Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
And what about
Yep.
what about Big Ben?
Big Ben was 2014. He lost to the Colts. He threw 5, but lost to the Colts in 2014.
What was that? Luck played
Andrew
against
Luck,
him?
yeah.
Would Luck have 5?
I actually think I vaguely remember that game. I was like, holy fuck.
Dude, that is so funny.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably, I'm going to say yeah. I don't know.
That's insane. Like
Against the Indianapolis Colts, so yeah.
after the season, I'm like the Bengals have to blow up the whole team. They have to get rid of the coach. They have to get rid of everybody because they're going to lose a lot of players because a lot of players are bitching about contracts, especially Jamar, who is really bitching about how much he's getting paid.
Yeah. Isn't T. Higgins on the same boat?
T. Higgins, they already said they're letting go because he's on the franchise tag this year, and if they keep him next year on the franchise tag, he gets a 30% increase on the franchise tag, and they have to pay him like 18 or 19 million for one season. They're not going to do that.
Jesus, no shit.
There's no way they're going to do that. And T. Higgins, doesn't even show up to play half the time. Like he has like these phantom injuries because I think he's pissed at the team.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's just playing the I'm hurt fucking card or whatever. Good. Get him out of there. Bring him on fucking Indianapolis. We're going to get rid of Michael Pittman, I'm sure. You know what I mean? So fuck it. We'll bring on T. Hig. We'll fucking make it work.
Dude, this weekend,
I wouldn't hate that for you guys.
If you go on FanDuel and just pick over 400 total yards for Anthony Richardson, that's easy money.
Yeah.
He might run for 150 and throw for 300.
Yeah, no shit.
All right, so can we shift gears to the Patriots real quick?
Oh,
because I want to get
unfortunately.
I want to get into the Chiefs, the Ravens, and the Bills in the upper echelon of the AFC right now, and then the NFC too. But
You'll be proud of Cole. Cole on Sunday asked how the Broncos were doing, and I said the Broncos won. And because he knows you like the Broncos, if I told him like, oh, like because he says, I says, you know Joey's brother Paul, and he goes, no. And then he showed him a picture. He goes, oh yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
But when you say the name Paul, he's like, no. But I tell him because he asked like why everybody likes different teams. And I'm like, oh, you just pick a team. Like you don't have to pick Daddy's team. You can pick whatever team you want. So I said, the Broncos were winning. And he goes, oh, the Broncos are always winning. He goes, unlike your team. And then Kayla's sitting downstairs with me, and Kayla's like, knock it off. You're gonna get your father mad. And I was already pissed because we were down like 24-0. He's like 24-0, and I'm like,
God damn it.
I'm gonna kill this kid.
You texted the group chat and you were like, shut the fuck up. I put in a parlay and I was just like, God damn it, Patriots. What the fuck? You were like, shut the fuck up. I was like,
I was going through.
Sean's like, I'm about to murder my TV right now. Sean's gonna go be like that Steelers fan. Don't ask me nothing.
Yeah.
You'll find me hanging.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because as soon as the game was over, because my son was like poking me, and I downloaded a wrestling game for him on my PS4. And as soon as the game's over, he's like, Patriots lost. Can I play the wrestling game? I was like, no. I was like, no wrestling game. And then he's like, ah. And he goes upstairs, cries to my wife. And he comes back downstairs. He goes, why? And I was like, put your hair in a ponytail, and I'll let you do it. And he goes, all right, done. He goes upstairs. He had my wife put his hair in a ponytail, and he came back down. And he's like, you happy? And I was like, all right. I was like, you can play the game. I have the picture. Hold on.
Sean's literally like,
extorting his kid.
he's like Carter and Family Guy. He's like, eat this pine cone. Why? It'll amuse me. Like,
yeah. Tell him to get the broccoli haircut.
That's awesome.
Put the dangly earring in. At least by the time he's old enough to do that, it'll probably be out of style.
I was gonna say that'll well be out of style. Yeah, everybody be making fun of him if he goes to school.
He has he loves the Theo Vaughn haircut. That's his haircut. Is Theo Vaughn.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's legit his haircut.
I mean, listen, it's if you can pull it off, it's one thing.
He loves it.
Where's that Atomic Rhino at?
God damn, you hit a wall just now.
I just ordered some new. I just ordered some new Soul Slap, by the way. So I have a new batch coming. But
Soul Slap.
But
Earthquake.
Sean, let's talk. Can we talk real quick about your Patriots?
Yes.
Because,
What do you want to know?
So, no, because I want to address we have
one player.
The Belichick needs to be fired crowd, because I still laugh my fucking ass off at these idiots that think that Bill Belichick was somehow the fucking problem in New England over these years. Because now the more of this shit comes out, the more we find out that the Crafts are just cheap fucks. And that it wasn't Bill Belichick at all. Bill Belichick was willing to spend money, and the Crafts were like, no.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
it's really
What's the deal with that?
And honestly, I can't stand Robert Kraft parlaying his way for the NFL Hall of Fame. I'm glad he didn't get in again. I'm like, good.
Yeah, fuck him.
And listen, and I'm not glad he didn't get. Robert Kraft was instrumental in things like the NFL Network. Him and Pat Bowlen were kind of the spearheads on that.
Absolutely.
So we wouldn't have NFL Network. We wouldn't have a lot of NFL Europe stuff back in the day, without Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft has been a great asset to the league and a great owner. However,
he turned.
He went full heel.
Yes, he did.
He went full John Mara. And we'll get into the fucking fraudulent ass Giants in a minute when we get into Philadelphia and the NFC in a minute. But
we're gonna get to the Jets too. That was some of the funniest news I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, we're doing all this tonight. Trust me. We are gonna run long tonight for sure.
Paul's gone. Paul just left.
Paul's just like, fuck you. Paul heard we're talking about the Jets. I'm fucking out of here. Can't do it. See you later. Can we finally admit that Gerard Mayo had little, if anything, to do with the defensive success of the Patriots while Bill Belichick was still in the building?
It was all Steve.
Because this defense is fucking
Putrid.
ass, bro.
Putrid.
I don't care that you got rid of fucking Red Sleeves McGee.
He's terrible in Atlanta, Judon.
Matthew Judon, thank you.
He's terrible in Atlanta. He's not even doing well.
I don't care that you lost the guy for the blood clots, whatever. Like,
No, he's back. He just played his first game last week.
oh, good.
And he played great.
Great. Good for him.
Yeah.
Defense still fucking sucks. So you've got good players, whatever. I don't give a shit about the personnel. Bill Belichick would be making this personnel work.
Yes, he would. It was the same team
He would
last
at
year.
least make this personnel respectable on in every aspect of the game. So for all you fucking people out there that sat there and were like, Bill Belichick, the GM, needs to go. Bill Belichick sucks. Bill Belichick didn't have shit to do with all Tom Brady. Aha, you're fucking dumb. Again, like I've been telling you for the last 20 years, I'm smarter than you, you're dumb. Aha.
Brady went to a stacked Tampa team.
The biggest problem I have is that the people that say this team has no talent, it's like you realize this offseason we re-signed all of Belichick's guys. And even Belichick made a passive-aggressive comment saying when Mayo said this team was soft on defense, Mayo and Belichick was like, dude, these exact guys, minus Judon, ranked 3 in defense last year. 3 in the NFL.
It's more like you're soft on these guys.
Now, after last week, we were 20th, ranked 20th defense going into Miami. After the Miami game, we're now the 23rd ranked defense. 23rd.
Jesus.
Okay? Now, like I said, no Judon. I know Peppers got suspended for allegedly beating a woman, but they said he can come back now because they said the woman lied, which is a fucking shocker at this point.
Wow, no way. A woman lied about a man doing something to her? Oh, my God.
But, like...
Color me shocked.
But, like, obviously...
Hold on, wait. Was he rich and successful? Oh, whoa. Wow.
But
I am
the most-
stunned, I say. Stunned!
But the most shocking thing, if you're a Patriots fan, is the lack of discipline on this team.
women.
Record discipline.
We had
You
8...
rack a discipline.
Joey, we had 8... We have no offensive line. We had 8 offensive line penalties on Sunday. 8.
O-line penalties?
Just O-line.
O-line?
Well,
Damn.
listen, Mike McGlinchey had 3 in the first quarter.
McGlinchey bench.
He still won.
Our left tackle, Viridian Lowe, had 4 going into the
Oh,
fourth
and
quarter.
like just one last point in the Broncos-Raiders game. A year ago, we lose that game. Just so you know. That's how far this team is coming.
But
I've narrowed the game down.
wait, let me
Okay.
continue.
Yep.
As soon as
I'm working on it.
As soon as the game ends, I do not like Gerard Mayo constantly throwing players under the bus. Yes, you're developing this whoa, holy shit.
Sorry.
You're developing this culture. You want guys to go in there. Doug Keed, who's been a longtime Patriots reporter and a very trustworthy person, was like, this is the most un-Patriot locker room I've seen in my entire career. And he goes,
Yeah, because it's the Wild West
And he goes,
in there.
by that, he goes, Drake May was in his locker. He looked distraught. Like the losses are getting to him. He's upset by the losses. And he's
As
playing,
most professionals are.
And he's playing his heart out. And he says, around the corner, there's laughter from other offensive players who are starters. And he says, that's a problem. He goes, you have guys that don't really care that they're losing because losing is what they do now.
Well, that's why when you remember when you looked at the locker room, right, and you saw it was Brady's locker, and then it was like Edelman, Gronk, Amendola, like all the important guys on offense, they were all right there together.
Yeah.
There was a reason for that.
And then the locker room leader was always the first locker when you enter the room. So it was like Brewski's locker forever.
Yep.
Then it was Donta Hightower's locker forever.
Mm-hmm.
Then it went to Weiss, who's still a great guy, the defensive lineman of the team. But it's always like
Dietrich
a team.
Weiss, right?
Dietrich Weiss.
Yeah, he was good.
It's
He was
always
really good.
he's still in the team. It's always a defensive leader. And now this year they're like, oh, you can go sit with your boys or whatever like that. I'm like, no, fuck
Because
that.
because that allows clicks to form.
Yes.
And listen, and like again, I had very limited experience in a football locker room, but I did feel that I did pick up on like the clickiness of the locker room that we had because again, it was a low rent D3 team. I mean, not low rent. We were the D3 powerhouse known as the Bridgewater State Bears. Great day to be a Bear. But like you get that. Like I've got that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know what that's like to feel like where it's clicky. And it's not a good feeling because you don't feel like the other guys are selling out for you.
No, they're not.
And at the pro level, like the hardest thing to get these dudes to do is to be motivated. Because they're getting paid, they're getting their money, they're only caring about what they got to do to get their money and secure their next bag. Whereas, so to get them to focus on the team goal, which is ultimately winning, is super hard. Which I think which gets lost on a lot of people when it comes to like how difficult it is to coach in this league. So when you see a guy like Bill Belichick who can take a team to Championship Sunday 10 years in a row, yeah, bro, that ain't by accident. Like that ain't just like, oh, because they had Tom Brady or oh, because they had Randy Moss or Gronk. Like, no, that was because of Bill fucking Belichick. Because plenty of other quarterbacks along the line have been better than Tom Brady. You might not want to admit that, but there have been plenty of other quarterbacks, not maybe plenty, but there have been other quarterbacks better than Tom Brady. None more successful. Don't get it twisted. Better, yes. But Peyton Manning was never playing on Championship Sunday 10 straight years. Why? Because he had fucking guys like Tony Dungy and Jim Caldwell coaching his team. Pulling the rug out from underneath him at every chance they got. So don't talk to me about Bill Belichick was the problem in New England. Because if you still actually believe that, you're either A, fucking retarded, or you're B, fucking retarded.
You don't, to steal this line from the young generation, you don't know ball. When that season ended last season, my first thought was, all right, you've had the chance with Mac. You get rid of Mac. You start with somebody new. That's the right thing to do. You don't get rid of Belichick. If you want to take his GM duties away and give it to Wolf and have Belichick still be
Which
coach.
also still stupid as fuck.
Fine. If you wanted to make some kind of like, I was
There's
fine
people
with
actually
keeping,
the same people that wanted to take Bill Belichick's GM duties away are the same people that are like, well, if you go back to September 12th, 2001, Muslims have only killed 333 people in this country since then. And it's like, yeah, but if you fucking rewind 12 hours, that number shoots up pretty fucking high. So, like
if you pick September
you can't
9th.
You can't fucking cherry pick your bullshit like that. He's really like, well, Bill Belichick was only great because of Tom Brady. Cool. Who drafted and developed Tom Brady?
Yeah, we're not compartmentalizing all
You
that
like what the
bullshit.
fuck are you talking
but then
about?
The same people wanted Sean Payton gone. They're like, Sean Payton's overrated. He's over the hill because they saw the Russell Wilson thing.
So happy.
Sean Payton this offseason. Russell Wilson's the problem. Get rid of Russell Wilson. I don't care how much it costs. I want the young kid. Amazing.
And look at that.
And I know Joey's a huge Broncos fan, and he's biased obviously for his Broncos and everything like that. But as an outsider, I have the Broncos right here. 7 games they win for the season. They're already at 7 games, and they have 6 games to go.
Right.
So I'm wrong. I'm happy to say when I'm wrong. I have the Patriots at 6. I don't fucking think they even come close to it at this point. They have to win 3 of the last 6 games. It ain't gonna happen.
What are they, 5 and
but you know,
no, they're not 5 and 7.
but you know,
3 and-
but Sean,
Like 3 and fucking whatever.
8.
I might have overrated the Broncos to my benefit, and you might have underrated them to your detriment. But you know who we didn't do that to? The Jets. Ha ha, suckers.
Shit, they're 3 and
We
9.
were dead accurate about the Jets.
I know we were, but we'll get into the Jets in a minute.
But no,
continue with your Patriots.
Going back to the Patriots, I don't like the way Gerard Mayo addresses the team. I don't like the way he addresses the media. I wanted Vrabel. If you had to get rid of Belichick, I wanted Vrabel. And I've pounded the table for that. I actually wanted Belichick to just
Did you
stay.
see Vrabel on the Manning cast last night?
Yes. And
Unbelievable.
did you hear the Urban Meyer story?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Urban Meyer, one of the biggest pricks of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear the Urban Meyer story?
Oh, but which one?
Okay, so the Vrabel story is Vrabel was coaching the Titans, and he played a game against the Jacksonville Jaguars in the very few games that Urban Meyer was the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Titans beat the Jaguars. They go meet at midfield, and Urban Meyer says to Vrabel, "Don't I know you?" And Vrabel goes, "I was your fucking DC at Ohio State for 2 years. You should fucking know me."
No shit.
Urban Meyer, no idea who this man was.
What a fucking
But
clown, dude.
Urban Meyer has to be.
He's cooked.
He has to be a closet drug addict, alcoholic. There is no way you don't know this man who was an NFL Super Bowl champion.
Right.
He coached your team with you in
Right.
college,
Don't I know
and he's
you?
the head coach of another.
Oh, he was his DC at Ohio?
Yes.
Yeah. So Vrabel basically outed Urban Meyer for like trying to big time him at the 50,
Yes.
like, which is awesome.
And
And that's why I love Vrabel, because Vrabel's one of those dudes, like they showed the picture of Vrabel with the stitches in his forehead because when he was the DC at Ohio State, he went to headbutt one of his players
And
who had
fucked
his
up.
helmet
He
on.
straight B cushioned that
Yeah,
shit.
and he
forgot.
cushioned it, and he forgot. And he's like, yeah, they just wrapped my head up during the game. I got the stitches afterwards. Like, I had a game to coach.
Well, he was one of the OGs of that hard
Bro,
fucking
Vrabel was
early
one of the
2000s fucking defense.
Mike Vrabel is one of the illest motherfuckers in the league, dude. People sleep on Mike Vrabel so hard because he went to Tennessee where he was like had basically 2 hands tied behind his back.
And
he was in
one.
leg shackles, and then they threw him in a burlap sack with a cinder block in the bottom of it, and they're like, "Go swim in this lake."
Was he directly after Fisher?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
No.
he wasn't.
There was a little bit of like tenure there, or a couple guys,
No,
right?
there was a few guys after Fisher, unfortunately.
No, there wasn't.
I didn't think there was
Ah,
that
I
many.
think-
No, Fisher. Yeah, Fisher was gone in like 09 or 10, I think.
Yeah, I think they had a few guys go through there. But another thing that was fucking hilarious is that if you ever see Vrabel's kids,
No.
Vrabel's
Mike
kids.
Munchak, Mike Malarkey.
Yes, oh my God, Munchak.
I
holy
knew
shit.
I wanted to say
Oh, yeah.
Mike Martz, but I'm like, no, that's
Yeah,
No,
it's
no.
Munchak.
way
I knew it was an M. I was gonna say
Yeah,
Mike
I'm like,
Malarkey, but I was
it's. I thought it was somebody. I'm like,
They have to hire someone with an M.
Mike.
Either
Yeah,
Mike
I
Vrabel,
knew,
Mike Munchak.
Yeah, I'm like Mike Martz
and
was
don't-
like St. Louis
and
from
don't
like
forget-
90s.
Ken Wisenhunt was the coach for
But he
half
was
the season.
yeah,
Really?
he was interim
Interim.
because they fired a guy mid-season.
He's the whiz. Nobody beats him.
Hey, another thing that was funny about Vrabel. Vrabel would always have like a live camera at his house, like on draft day.
Yeah.
And his kids, he has 3 boys, and they're all like high school / like getting into college, and they all play football. His kids were fucking hilarious. Every time the camera was on, they'd come out of the weight room like cut tees, and their nipples are showing, face painted like black,
Looking like the ultimate warrior.
doing push-ups like on camera, and Vrabel's at his desk like on the phone, and he's like, you can see him get off the phone and be like, "Can you fuck off?"
Yeah, I'm literally drafting people here. Like, what are you kids doing?
But then they go back in the weight room. You see the TVs at ESPN. And you see him in the weight room like this, flexing and the thing.
That's awesome.
Kids being kids,
That
bro.
is dope, though. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, but you know what though? Those are a bunch of kids that are ready for prime time, baby. Send them. But no, Vrabel is one of the illest motherfuckers of the planet, dude. I love that dude. I cannot wait to see where he ends up as a head coach next year.
Ooh, that's
Because, and Peyton and Eli asked him, they're like, or I think it was like Eli was like, so anyway, have you narrowed it down to which team you're going to coach next year? Because like we know you're getting offers, and he's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like I haven't gotten any offers yet. I'm just here doing my thing. Blah blah blah. I gave like the ill PC answer,
Yeah.
but like you know Vrabel's going to be a head coach next year. You know Bill Belichick's going to be a head coach next year if he wants to be.
If he wants to be.
his kids are such assholes. His kids start dressed up as the Incredibles. Guy comes out as Frozone.
Mad funny.
He's conducting like real business. His son's in the background and dressed as Frozone.
Those are
mad
great
funny.
fucking kids, dude. That's
yeah, that
awesome.
is mad fun.
I mean, if my dad was my
It's
favorite, I'd
3,
probably
but
fuck
it's
with him
3
like that, too.
days. It's 3 days. So every day the kids did something new.
Different, yeah.
That's pretty dope.
That is awesome.
But that's all. It also taught Vrabel a lesson: don't fucking work from home.
Right. Yep.
But yeah,
That's
so
mad funny.
you gotta look at.
I wish the Patriots could. Sorry to interrupt. I wish the Patriots could fire Mayo after one season.
They totally can.
They're never going to.
No, not going to.
They're
Which
not.
is great for me because I am enjoying the shit
Do
out
you
of this.
think that the Crafts are gonna fucking straight Jason Garrett that shit with Mayo?
Absolutely
or-
not. No, because
you think he doesn't
that
have
would
that kind of
because
like
that would be admitting that Kraft was wrong, and he won't do that because he is. I can't say the
Jerry
words I want
Jones
to say.
will.
Jerry Jones.
We're gonna keep Jason Garrett for 4 more years, and then we're gonna.
Kraft can't admit he was wrong after one season, but they should get rid of Mayo and they should hire Vrabel with everything they have because
They should have just hired Vrabel to begin
Vrabel
with.
wanted to be here. He wanted to
wanted
be
that
here,
job.
and then they were just like, we already have someone in mind. I don't know why I RFK'd it just then,
Don't
but
touch that aspartame. Yeah, that's fucking
We're gonna
crazy.
buy some
Why wouldn't you
trifles.
want to? Why wouldn't you want to like bring in some fucking like homegrown like groom talent that you know is like dedicated to your.
Well,
fucking,
Gerard Mayo was technically homegrown.
he was homegrown, literally.
but not with the experience that fucking Vrabel has as
But,
coaching.
but I think they made a huge mistake keeping Covington as the DC and not offering it to Steve Belichick. Steve Belichick is running the Washington defense. Washington in college.
Oh.
They're the number 4 defense ranked in the country.
No shit.
Nobody's playing on that fucking team. You can't name any starter on that defense.
Right. Yeah, I didn't know that they were number fucking 4. Right?
Exactly.
All I know is my Ducks are number 1, bitch, but we're probably going down because that's just what happens to Oregon. But anyway.
Nah, I think the Duckies. It's
Think we're
gonna
gonna
be.
lock it up this year, dude? I don't know.
It's you guys, Texas. It's you, Texas, or Georgia's to lose.
The
Oh,
thing is
Destry, you're
right.
Destry, you're a racist for saying that. How dare you?
Oh,
Actually,
that Gerard Mayo was the politically correct choice.
Nope, you can't say that because I got into a fight with Boston Globe writer Chris Gaspar like 2 days ago.
Yo, yeah. So explain this to me because
Okay.
I was trying to get what you were saying through text. I feel like we were. I feel like what you were telling me. I was agreeing with Chris Gasper the way you were explaining it.
No. You're not going to agree with Chris Gaspar because what happened
Obviously,
was Chris
he works for the
Gaspar.
Boston Globe. Of course, I'm not going
Chris
to agree with him,
Gaspar
which is why I
retweeted-
was fucking confused.
Chris Gaspar retweeted a guy and said, "Well, you're a racist for calling Mayo a DEI hire." And I retweeted Gaspar and I said, "Well, I don't agree that Mayo is a DEI hire." And I was like, "But you assuming this guy is racist because he said that is fucking intellectually wrong." I said, "Having DEI is just a regular part of the corporate world." I'm like, you don't work in the corporate world. You don't work in the real world. I'm like, most of us work in companies that have a DEI department. That department then hires people. They are directly DEI hires. If I say that person's a DEI hire, I'm not fucking racist because I'm telling you a factual statement. And Chris was
I
like,
see what you're
and
saying
Chris
now.
turned around and said, "No, because anybody that uses that statement, because I fucking clear my pictures on there, so they saw I was a white guy. He's like, anybody that uses that statement is using it as a derogatory way of trying to put that person down because their job was given to them based on race, not qualifications, and Mayo was qualified."
Yes,
and I
no.
said no. I
No.
said Mayo was not qualified. I said, I said,
Wasn't. He's got no experience as a
I said,
coach.
let's go through coaches who are not qualified that are white. And I just threw out a list of old guys' names. I was like, I think I threw out Munchak fucking funny enough. I named a bunch of white dudes that had no experience and were just given a job prematurely, and they failed. And I said that had nothing to do with race. They were given, I was like, I can say I don't like Mayo as a head coach because he has plenty of things that shown me he's not ready. He should have been a DC for a few years and then maybe a coach.
Right,
Not
stepped up.
assistant DC to fucking head coach. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and how's that working out for you?
It hasn't worked out great. But Chris then blocked me because, of course, he did.
Well, because he's a little bitch.
Because
he works for the Boston Globe, and people who work for the Boston Globe are little bitches.
It was a real pussy thing to do because I was being,
grade A pussy move.
and he defended the fact that if you say someone is a DEI hire and you are not of color, you are white, as I am clearly a
Right,
hunk.
because he works for the Boston Globe, and he gets paid to say that.
But
and if he goes
he-
against that, then
But he
his
doesn't
bosses,
understand the working world.
Of course he doesn't.
He doesn't. That statement he just said, I said, Chris, you saying that statement is ignorant. I said flat out, I'm like, you can't tell me that if someone is in the DEI department, hires staff for that department or for other parts of that corporation, that is racist. I'm like, if you think DEI is racist as a whole, that's a whole different argument. I said, but someone saying that's DEI, it's a DEI hire, is not a racist statement. It could be a factual statement, and can people use it for hate? Sure, but
Right.
just you can't call someone a racist.
DEI in
just
itself
because.
is racist.
That's a different argument, though.
Right, DEI.
That wasn't his argument. His
Right,
argument
right.
was
in of itself, it's it is racist. It's affirmative action on steroids, right? Like, so it's why like Jamil Hill still has a job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's DEI to the core. Like, no one, because all she does is tank and suck money out of
I
places.
feel she's a flip flopper on that, though. I feel like she uses it to like fit her agenda.
Yeah,
what
of course she
she's
does. Well,
talking about, you know what I mean?
she absolutely does. That's what she is. She's a race hustler. That's all. That's all she
So,
is.
Race
And
bait,
most
POS.
and most of these, especially when you look at like companies like ESPN and all these major networks where they're owned by Disney and they have all this bullshit woke agenda. And when I say woke, I hate even saying like woke agenda because it sounds like, I don't know, like sounds like so
Conspiracy theory,
2010.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
Everyone
like,
says woke now.
yeah,
Everything's woke.
Everything's woke. Everything's woke. Like, yeah, no, like woke could be like described as like we could be described as woke because we're the ones that are, because woke meant that you weren't sleeping on the shit that was going on. That meant you were awake to what was actually being happening.
Right.
And now we're the ones on that side of the pendulum. Like, we've been on this side of the pendulum. Like, and I said this from day one, right? When we partnered up with the guys that we partnered up a couple of years ago, they left us high and dry because they wanted to start a card shop and they thought we were a bunch of racists, right? And, you know, we had people come in here and be like, we had people quit the show and be like, sorry, man, can't do it. Like, people think you're racist and I can't be associated with you if I want to go this route. Hey, man, cool. Not holding it against you. That's your choice.
That other business then left them high and dry too. Because
Yeah, of course it did.
It was just
Because it was a bunch of dudes that are chasing a bunch of money, trying to get rich quick. And guess what? And like, listen, and there were some talented people that we worked with, and I really enjoyed working
Yes.
with. And I was never given the chance to explain our side, or given the chance to like even like explain our side of the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, people never came to me and asked me, like, hey, what do you think about, like, this, that, and the other thing? Like, this is what we're getting for feedback. And I was never allowed to address it. It was just like, you know what? No, we're going to cut our ties with you because we think you're racist. Well, guess what, motherfucker? The pendulum's swinging the other way now. Now, we've been on this side of the fence the whole time. So while y'all were over there pandering, and this is why I always said, I don't do this show for money. There is no fucking amount of money that somebody can fucking throw at me that is going to shut me the fuck up, that is going to change what I say. I will never be a Stephen A. Smith. I will never be a Jamel Hill, a fucking Bomani Jones. No, you're not even a Colin Coward.
I'm just throwing
a Linda Cohn. A fucking what's his name? The Miami guy that used to be on ESPN. That did the show with Bomani Jones with his dad.
But not Bomani Jones.
Oh,
Chris. No, not Chris.
The show was cool for
I
like
can
2
see
weeks, and that was
his
it.
face. And I
Yeah,
can't
you know
think
what I'm
of his
talking
name.
about. Anyway,
Yeah.
the point is, I was never going to be that fucking dude where you were going to be able to pay me and threaten me with advertising money and threaten me with income to not tell you that I thought Colin Kaepernick was a fucking pandering piece of shit. That I thought Kyrie Irving was absolutely fabricating stories and that he was basically Jussie Smollett in the NBA.
Right.
Like, you were never going to be able to pay me to not say that. And guess what? History has shown I was right. I was right. I've been right this whole fucking time. I've been right. You might not like it because it didn't fit your fucking agenda or it didn't fit your bullshit, but like people like Chris Gasper, like, go fuck yourself, bro. Like, who are you? You work for the Boston Globe? Cool, bro. No one gives a fuck about you. Like, you're sitting here defending...
What'd you have to do, open the door?
Yeah, seriously. Like, you're a fucking clown, bro. Like, and I've honestly probably never respected your work to begin with because you're a fucking bitch-ass clown.
I only followed him because he covered my team. That's it. And now I can't follow him.
And you know why? And you know what? And I would listen. I would hear him and when he was on EI or 85, 98.5, whatever.
He still does 98.5.
Yeah, when he was on that shit, and I would listen to him and I'd be like, this guy's a fucking idiot. Like, this guy has no idea what he's fucking talking about. Oh, he's a beat writer. He's a beat writer. I got my ear to the ground. No, you don't.
He doesn't.
You're a fucking clown, bro. You're a fanboy masquerading as a journalist. Like, shut the fuck up, dog. Like, I'm sorry, but you have no integrity. You work for the Boston Globe, bro. Your shit is shot. You're a bitch. You're a clown. I'll say it to your face. I'll say it right here. I don't give a fuck, bro. And there was no amount of money that anybody was ever going to be able to tell me not to say that. Which is why I do my show, Joey Fats Radio, Row 1, Seat 1, 774-992-8702 if you want to call and fucking talk about it.
Do it.
That's why I fucking did my shit. Because I was never going to bend the fucking knee to somebody like Shirley Long at the Boston Globe.
Oh, God.
Or John Henry's wife. Fuck you. You're all a bunch of bitch-ass clowns, bro. Like, cool, man. You got millions in dollars. You're super successful. Good, man. I hope your fucking plane goes down in the exact same spot in the Atlantic as the Titanic did. It would just be poetic justice.
Right.
Like, fuck you, bro. Like, I hope you're flying to Liverpool one day and you're like, the Russians blow your fucking shit out of the air with an ICBM.
Oh, shit.
And then maybe the Red Sox will get competent ownership and they'll be competitive again.
Yeah.
Until then.
Fuck
you. Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, kiss my fucking balls. Yes. That's where I stand with this show. That's why I do this show. This right here is why I do this.
But I love open debates because he thought because he was a beat writer, he was going to talk me off my point. And I was like, no, you're wrong. I said, as much as you said that guy saying that is racist.
You know how many Denver beat writers have blocked me on Twitter already?
Yeah.
Like, I've lost count.
I only have quite a few Patriots guys that I trust, and they have not blocked because we have decent conversations. I've met Tom Curran like 3 times.
Oh, Tom Curran's great.
I love Tom Curran, even though everyone hates Tom Curran now. That's like the new popular thing is to hate Tom Curran.
He's like the new Nickelback.
Yeah, everyone hates Tom Curran.
I like Tom E. Curran.
But even he's off the Mayo bandwagon, and they're boys. They had a show together.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I fucking met Mayo too, like twice.
Listen, I got no problem with Gerard Mayo as a player. And as a person,
I think he needs time, but I'm not willing to sacrifice Drake May's potential greatness for 4 years of Mayo.
Hell no.
It's not something I want to battle about.
But are you gonna die? But are the crafts gonna make you?
Man, it's fucking Twitter. Whatever.
Are they gonna make you sacrifice May for their own pride?
Yes.
I think they are.
And May is playing.
Because the more we've learned about the Crafts since Belichick has been gone, and the more that shit that's come out, the worse the Crafts look. I mean, there's a reason why Bob Kraft's getting snubbed from the Hall of Fame. Let's be real. This isn't.
There is a reason.
There is a reason. This is there. There is a personal beef there that people have with Bob Kraft. You don't like Pat Bolin got elected. Put in posthumously, granted, but there is a reason why Pat Bolin and Bob Kraft at one point, like you go back like 15, 20 years ago, those dudes were like the upper echelon, the gold standard for owners in the league. They cared about their team. They cared about their players. They cared about the league. They did everything they could as businessmen to grow it, make it better, make more money, and do better things for everybody.
And again,
And then somewhere along the line, Bob Kraft took a fucking hard right, and now Bob Kraft's leading this fucking timeout, stop hate, timeout.
No, that's all done.
Oh yeah.
Which
Which is crazy because
Because it flopped.
Yes.
Well, no, it's crazy. Is Trump got elected, and then all of a sudden, Hezbollah was like, timeout. We're gonna stop killing Jews now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought about the little,
dude that brought up all the charges on him too was just like, never mind about that. We're gonna take those and dismiss them, and I'm gonna resign and get the fuck out of here to Sweden.
I immediately thought of Hezbollah, like the little dude, the little Russian dude.
Hezbollah. Wait, what was his name?
Hezbollah.
Yeah,
Hezbollah.
Hezbollah is the terrorist organization
Right.
that.
I know that. Yeah.
That's
He's
different.
actually the leader of it now.
Yeah.
He's like the cover photo.
Mike Tyson tickling him like a little kid.
That was so.
I
funny.
fucking love that Mike Tyson was like, I really thought his kid was 4 years old.
Yeah, he did.
And he
That was
goes, I
so
didn't know it was
funny.
a grown man. That's why I
That's
was kissing him.
unbelievable. But anyway, my point to get through this whole thing is that I wanted to just make it a point that we can now officially say that Gerard Mayo had little, if nothing, to do with the Patriots' success defensively for the last couple of years, while Belichick and the Belichicks were still in town, and that promoting him to head coach was the biggest mistake the Crafts have made in a long time, and this is going to set the franchise back whether you like it or not, because it's going to hinder May's growth, it's going to hinder the team's growth, and it's going to hinder their production, because ultimately this is going to go on as long as Bob Kraft's ego determines it's going to go on.
Right.
So to steal a line from fucking Batman, it's on the back of my chair. Bob Kraft.
You know
is
what, Anthony?
definitely-
This is what we do, bro. We do crazy shit here.
I don't know where is it. I haven't seen where he said that. Where was that from?
I don't know.
You know what, Anthony? That's what we
I
do.
was on Facebook.
Okay, cool.
So anyway.
So the only thing I'll say about that, which is fucking crazy, is that Bob Kraft is literally, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And Bob Kraft has reached, even the Patriots fans, fucking villain status. Because now he can't even get his story straight of what's happening. He made that huge production of like, I was the reason I kept Bill and Brady together for all these years.
Oh.
And then outside of that, Brady and Bill are like,
Bro, that
Brady's
was-
trying to get Bill to Oakland.
Bro, that
Las
was
Vegas.
that was some Joseph Goebbels next level fucking propaganda.
That was horrible.
We called it out
Horrible.
immediately when we saw it. We were like, "This is bullshit."
Awful.
They're kicking Bill while he's down on his way out of the door.
Awful.
I would love nothing more than for Bill Belichick to like go take over like the Dolphins or the Bills, or I know it won't be the Bills, but
It's
like
probably going to be the Raiders. Brady's pushing hard for him to be the Raiders coach.
it won't be the Raiders. Not as long as Mark Davis is there. It won't happen.
But Brady's a partial one too. Brady's like,
Brady's got this
A smidge,
much
a
say,
cube.
yeah, in that whole thing. Bill ain't going to the
Bill
Raiders. dude.
wants New York Giants.
We've been saying it since day one.
Wait, did they fire Brian Dable yet?
Not yet, but they're fucking about to.
Yeah, so as soon as that
It's
happens,
it's happening.
They're liquidating as we speak.
Yep. And
Bye-bye, Danny
oh,
Dimes.
what the fuck
so-
was that?
so, all right.
Pay him mad money, then cut him. Fuck it.
Whoopah, let's shift some
I'm
gears.
sorry. It's a
No,
lot
let's
of
shift
news.
let's shift some gears because I'm glad you said that because I want to get into the Giants. I want to get into Saquon and the Eagles,
Let's get that whole stadium.
and let's get into that a little bit because here's the thing.
Jets and Giants.
I 100% agree. Bill Belichick's ultimate goal is to return the Giants to the glory that they once were.
Before
I
he-
mean, he
yes.
was still talking last night on the Manning cast about Pepper Johnson, about fucking Lawrence Taylor and fucking
Mark Bavaro.
the other defensive linebacker. Oh my God. The black dude that had the
Banks?
Carl Banks, thank you. The one that had the pick six against the Broncos in the Super Bowl in '86. Look,
Wait, did he tell his Banks story of how Banks had the best arm he's ever seen of any human being alive?
Yes. Did he say that last night? No, that wasn't last night.
Paul, Belichick dared Carl Banks when they were just fucking around on the field like practice. And Banks said, I can throw it into the third tier from the middle of the field. And Belichick's like, if you could throw it to the third tier in the middle of the field, I'll call off practice. Banks like, give me a football. Fucking launched it into the seats. Belichick's like, everyone's done for the day.
No shit.
He said Carl Banks had no accuracy. He says if I asked him to hit like 5 yards away, he couldn't do it. But if I had him put that ball into the stadium, he said it was the craziest athleticism you've seen in a human being.
Shit, yeah.
I fully believe that Bill Belichick's ultimate end goal is the New York Giants. Now,
100%. I've been saying that for months.
You and I have been on that train since day one. You started it. You're driving it. I was whatever. You were the conductor. I'm the first.
Because at first it was Eagles.
I'm the coal man.
At first it was
I'm
all
the coal
Eagles.
man.
Yep.
Feeding that thing.
But I was like, listen, Edelman and him are close. Edelman calls him and shit. Edelman's like, dude, Bill wants to go to the Giants. He goes, I'm just telling everybody right now. He goes, Bill wants to be a Giant.
So let's talk about the Giants for one quick second. So they let go of Saquon Barkley in the offseason.
That video is fucking hilarious.
He goes to Philadelphia, where if you look at his numbers right now versus where Adrian Peterson was in 2012, he is like a game and a half ahead of AP at this point.
Right.
So scary. Scary when you think like this
Might
guy
do it.
actually could break 2,000 yards. Like he could break the record.
Might do it.
That would be insane. And it would be the biggest egg on the face of the New York Giants if they hadn't have just fucking cut the guy that they gave like a fucking $80 million extension to less than a year ago. And in the offseason, they were like, this is our guy. We're getting rid of Saquon Barkley because we're going to extend this guy. And then we're going to cut him before Thanksgiving. What? And now, again, Sean, this comes back to what do we always talk about is the driving force behind being a good team in the NFL. Ownership. And unfortunately, John Mara has deteriorated as an owner, and he has become way too hyper-focused on young black men, referring to other young black men as the N-word during a highly competitive, arguably the most competitive game on the planet, physically and emotionally. Mm-hmm. And he's reverted to like caring way too much about the language that is being used on the field, specifically the N-word, and he was quoted as saying, "We hear the talking, and we've had enough of it."
Who's we?
Who's we, bro? You're fucking 30 stories up in a box. You can't hear shit. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't know why you're concerned with it. But for whatever reason, John Mara has concerned himself with that aspect of the game. Clearly, it has clouded his ability to build a winning football team and make that a successful franchise.
Or make any sound judgments at all.
That too. So they let go of their best player in free agency, who goes to their division rival, who is now on pace to shatter every and all records by a running back
Fucking
ever.
crazy.
Which is absolutely fucking wild because before last night, it was like, I mean, yeah, he's having a good season, but he's not Adrian Peterson 2012.
Just kept ripping
and then on Sunday night, he goes for 255, and you're like, and he's now surpassed Adrian Peterson in 2012 at this point. You're like, oh, shit. We got ourselves a talking point.
I mean, he's fucking backwards, hurtling dudes.
Bro,
He's
Saquon Barkley he was unbelievable coming out of Penn State. We knew this about him. And then he went to the Giants, got a little nicked up, and and what did the Giants do to fucking help him out?
Nothing.
Cut him. Yep, trade him. Bye.
They were just like, nah, bro, take this jizz on your goggles.
You weren't who we thought you were. Sorry, trade him to the Eagles, and they're like, it's like Squidward when he's looking out the fucking thing, looking at Patrick and SpongeBob playing. It's him and Jalen Hurts. Yay!
John Morris slides a piece of paper. I heard you. These are the words I heard you say on film.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I love Saquon too. He was one of my favorite guys coming out. Like when he was coming out,
awesome player.
Yeah, facts.
Love to see him succeed.
Fuck yeah.
Happy for all my friends that are Philly fans.
His reaction when he realized he gave away his ball, he was pissed. That was funny.
That's all right though. He'll probably get he'll find that fan. He'll make an offer. I'll be like, I'll trade you like jersey, cleats, helmet. What do you want?
$100,000.
And the kid's probably gonna. Dude, that ball ain't gonna be worth that much.
No way, $100,000?
No.
For football?
What the fuck is it worth to Saquon?
Not that
Probably
much.
nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shit.
He's
Change my life, and I'll give you your ball back.
Baseball, no, baseball. Those guys care.
Yeah, baseball. those
Right,
guys
right,
care.
right.
But that one is.
Second one's like, all right, fuck you, bro. I'll be like, all right, never mind. Just give me like,
all right, so can I get like a jersey? He's like, nah, man, I'll give you a hat. And you're like, come on.
all right, fuck it.
Can you put your initials on the hat?
Yeah. But anyway, it's good to see that. But then the Giants go and they demote Danny Dimes, the guy that they took above Josh Allen, by the way, one pick before. Don't forget that. And then they demote him, and then Danny Dimes is like, yo, I'm going to go ahead and double down and ask you just to cut me.
Yeah.
And they're like, granted. He's like, bet. Now, the Minnesota Vikings are rumored to be like the number one team to sign Danny Dimes. If Danny Dimes goes to the Vikings, I am putting all of my money on a futures bet for Danny Dimes' comeback player of the year next year. Because in that Minnesota offense, Vanilla Vic is going to fucking murder it, bro.
Jets at his disposal.
Was I the only one when Adam Schefter retweeted that live press conference of Danny Dimes, and I was like, is he retiring? Like, I thought he was giving the Andrew Luck of
he was almost crying, dude.
Yeah.
He was borderline tearing up. I was like, wow, I feel bad for him, bro. And he was like, fuck, man.
I feel bad for him, too. He got done dirty as fuck by the Giants, bro.
And then 21 hours later.
Listen, as bad as Danny Dimes was.
Has he gotten picked up yet?
No, not
yet.
He has to clear waivers.
I think tomorrow he clears waivers.
Yeah,
okay. I was wondering how long that.
Because someone has to pick up that contract if he doesn't clear waivers.
But as bad as Danny Dimes was, he was arguably the second or third worst of their problems.
Right.
You know, it starts at the top, dude. Again, we say this all the time. It starts at the top. And
what's that draft cap hit for next year?
I want to say it's $40 million, dude.
God
For
damn.
him, God fucking damn. That's almost worse than Russell Wilson, but it's not.
It's only 1 year though. We're still on the hook for 38 for Russ next year, and then but we've got our full complement of draft picks next year. So
and you got your quarterback.
Yeah,
big.
We Gucci.
Yeah,
not
be all right. Too bad you didn't have Tim Patrick still, but that's okay.
Honestly,
are you missing him?
Not really.
No.
The way that
Wait, is he on Detroit now?
The way that Franklin.
Wait, where did he go?
Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit. Okay.
And he's got 200 yards receiving.
Yeah, he's chilling.
No touchdowns.
He's
whatever.
Yeah,
he'll
fade out. Yeah.
The way Valet and Franklin have stepped up,
I'm
not mad about the Tim Patrick thing anymore. I love Tim Patrick. I would have loved to have kept him. I think he would have been great early on in the season while those guys were getting up to speed. You know, especially those first 2 games of the year that we lost, where I'm like, damn, could have really used one touchdown catch in either of those games.
One motherfucker.
That would have put us a game ahead right now.
Just one.
But no, the Giants.
Jesus Christ. The Giants, this is even bigger fuck up. They take a $27 million cap hit. Not crazy for next year, $27 million. If they would have waited until the offseason league year started, they would have saved $11.1 million.
So that's how bad they wanted him out of the building, or that's how much they were like, we fucked up, we're just going to let you go. Please don't fucking...
Yeah, but it hurts their team now for next year by $11.1 million.
That's a drop in the bucket. They're not planning on winning next year anyway.
That's so sad.
That's just what it is. I mean, listen, man. And it is sad because Big Blue is one of my favorite fucking teams. I will forever be indebted to Big Blue, Eli Manning, Steve Spagnuolo, all those guys, dude, Tom Coughlin. I will always have a soft spot in my heart for them for what they did in 2007 and 2011. That being said, the way that franchise has deteriorated since what they did Eli Manning dirty by benching him and stopping the streak and doing all that,
yeah, they fucked him.
That's basically where it started, and it's just dog, y'all lost your way.
It makes sense why they took the $11 million cap hit. The locker room was divided. Half of the team was supported Jones, half of the team supported the other guy.
Tommy DeVito, Tommy Cutlets. I did love Baker Mayfield doing the Tommy Cutlets.
He said it wasn't disrespectful. He said
he said it was an ode to him.
Yeah.
He was like, I love the guy. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I fucking love the guy, so I just did the cut, whatever the fuck he did. I don't know.
It wasn't shitting on him.
Yeah, but they asked New Yorkers after the game, and New Yorkers were like, yeah, it was a little bit too much emphasis. Yeah. And I was like, people, calm down.
New Yorkers will always be over
fucking New Yorkers, you know.
Hey, fuck you, guy, all right? But no, the Giants have fucked up in a myriad of different ways, those being the two biggest.
Crazy.
Now, here comes the other part, right? So we always talk about running backs and how undervalued the running back position has become.
Uh-huh.
And then you see what Derrick Henry is doing in Baltimore and what Saquon is doing in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
my theory on it is this, and I think pretty sure I've said this before, but just in case I haven't. Running backs are only worth it. They are basically like they're right there with receivers in terms of like a luxury pick. A luxury signing, if you will. They won't if you're a bad team, a running back will not make you good.
Yes.
But if you're a good team, a running back can make you great.
Could make yeah.
And I think we're seeing that
Gives you
with
that extra
Baltimore and
dynamic.
Philly.
And it
Baltimore
saves
and
the
Philly
clock.
were both good teams.
Right.
And then you get guys like Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley to run the ball, and you're like, we could be looking at Baltimore, Philly in the Super Bowl. I mean, obviously it won't be Baltimore because they'll figure out a way to fuck it. Well, neither one of them.
100%.
Philly might get there
I don't
because the
think
NFC
so.
sucks. But
Right.
Baltimore will undoubtedly figure out a way to fuck it up before they get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like they always do.
Yeah, probably. But yeah,
regardless.
those are just like the X factors given to those teams.
But man, like
because like you said, dude, good teams. I mean, if you look at it like top 5 running backs, fucking Carolina's guy is top 5. What's his face? Chuba Hubbard. They fucking suck. You know what I'm saying? If you're like a terrible fucking team,
Well,
a good running back,
they
you
also
can-
have no quarterback,
But
and
that's
they
what I'm
rely on
saying.
him to
Like,
do
but like,
everything.
and
but
remember-
like a good running back isn't gonna make a shit team better. Like to
Bro.
reiterate what Joey said, but like a nasty team with a good running back is gonna just put you that much fucking further.
it's funny you bring up Carolina. Remember how shit Carolina was with Christian McCaffrey, and then he
Yep.
went to San Francisco. And we're
he
like,
was
One
the
of
only
best-
player.
Yep.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Also funny enough is that Dallas wants to probably hang themselves because they said Derrick Henry is over the hill, so they bring back Ezekiel Elliott,
yeah.
and then Ezekiel Elliott flat out hasn't even played.
Let's see what
Well,
we're-
I think in Jerry Jones' defense, Jerry Jones did say, to a degree, like we could have signed Derrick Henry, but we didn't have a good enough team to capitalize on what he brought to the table.
so they just be wasting money.
He's like, we would have just squandered him. And you know what? A rare moment of clarity from Jerry Jones
I think he was wrong.
is kind of fucking nice to see because you know what? Honestly, I think Jerry's right. I don't think Dallas, even with Dak and those no, I don't think even with Derrick Henry they were going anywhere.
Oh, I still think they're going nowhere.
No, I think Baltimore was a great fit for him.
Baltimore was the ultimate
You don't
Fit
know your
for Derrick Henry.
fuck.
He fits that mold. He fits the Raven mold, dude. And if you go back even like to the early 2000s, like Titans, Ravens,
Yeah.
Jamal Lewis, Eddie George, like hard-nosed motherfuckers that are going to, in the words of Marshawn Lynch, run through a motherfucker face.
Right, and that's the thing with like the way that Baltimore is set up with like that dual threat. If Derrick Henry gets the ball, oh shit. If Lamar Jackson holds on to the ball, oh shit. But you know what I mean? Like they have a very good dynamic. Like they have
Don't get me
so
wrong.
many ways.
They're still going to find a way to fucking blow it in January.
Well, I'll tell you what. At least Lamar has not like a scapegoat, but like when Lamar starts holding on to the ball for 6, 7, 8 seconds, let's just run the ball a lot more now because we can trust Derrick Henry to run instead of Lamar sitting back there trying to act like Peyton fucking Manning and he can't throw the ball and make a decision.
Right, but the problem with the Baltimore Ravens last year was they came into that game against the Chiefs with the number 1 rushing attack in the league, and they ran the ball 8 times.
Do you know who the 21st?
That's
ranked-
not.
Yeah, that's
that's
okay. Well, if they, I mean, you know,
That's not on anybody.
I-
that's on the coaching.
Yeah, I can't tell you not to Dan Quinn it, bro. You know what I mean? But you got to figure it out. You, know
You
what
got to
I'm
give the ball
saying?
to beast mode.
Right.
You got to give the ball to beast mode,
Do
bro.
it, bro. You got to do it.
That was Darryl Bevel, by the way. Let's not let him off the hook for
Who?
that.
Oh, for the Falcons Super Bowl.
No, for the Seahawks.
Oh.
Do you know the 21st ranked NFL running back is? Without cheating, don't scroll down. You fucking
21st
asshole.
ranked NFL running back, Christian McCaffrey.
No, it's
No.
Lamar Jackson.
It's Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They have the number 2 and number 21 ranked running backs.
I scrolled
I
down.
saw you. I was like, don't you scroll
I have
down.
it up right here.
You're like Lamar
I
Jackson.
mean, are you surprised though?
Yeah, he has 600 yards rushing. That's a fucking ton.
Not really. I mean, 1,000 yards now for him has kind of like become the like.
But they have. It's
I mean, it's not the norm.
Henry's
but
at 1,400. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
2,000
and-
yards already for one team with
Yeah,
6
but-
games to go.
that's what Baltimore's
Jonathan Taylor's only got
identity is.
109 more yards than Lamar Jackson on the
Dude,
season.
Ramondre Stevenson has less yards than Lamar Jackson. My fucking starting running back.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Oh shit.
I got a
Please
big,
keep-
so I got a big win in fantasy this week, and I feel like I think it's a game too late.
What? You're our league?
Yeah,
Dude, I fucking give up. I don't give a shit anymore.
I'm pretty sure I play you this week, so give up harder.
I'll give it harder because I just fucking can't take scoring so many points and losing all the time. I just fucking quit. What was I gonna fucking say? Can we stay in the same stadium and now go to the other team in the shared stadium and all their disaster? It's been fucking any team in that stadium in New York has no quarterback. Nobody wants to play in that stadium. Nobody's listening to me.
Yes,
No,
I do play you this week, and I desperately need a win. So,
dude, you're gonna win because my team's
throw
all
it.
fucking
No,
hurt.
I need you to throw it straight up. I don't care who hears it. I need you to throw it. Like, just bench all your players. I won't say shit. I'm the commissioner, bro. Like I rule the room.
It's crazy the top 6 positions of
Just kidding, don't do
scoring in
that.
the league.
Yeah, I'm 1 now.
Ooh, the good news
No,
is
no. Do you know what position is top 6?
Oh, what?
Place kicker. Kicker. There's 6 kickers in the league that are top 1 through 6 for scoring.
I need one.
It's like what?
Yeah, I need some help here, but I think I could do it.
I
If
wonder
I
how
win
many
this
years
week, I
that
can do it.
happens actually.
P.S. If you're in our league, fucking pay me.
Probably a lot. Did I pay you?
No, and you owe last year too.
Fuck.
Did I pay you?
Still?
Yeah, you paid me.
Damn. Serious.
Sean's son owes a lot of money.
So let's talk real quick about Baltimore and the Chargers last night because we did touch on the Manning cast. We did touch on it a little bit. I feel like last night was the quintessential Lamar Jackson game that we always talk about.
Yep. Regular season Lamar.
Week 12, Monday night, on the road against the Chargers, the Harbaugh, going up against Justin Herbert, Chargers team that's on the up and up, and they just it started off tight, and then the Ravens just won it going away. I mean, the Ravens were clearly the better team. They were clearly on another level. They were better last night.
Hated the Chargers uniforms too.
Really, I love those.
Those blue.
I love those throwbacks.
Really?
Those are like
I think those are so popular that you don't like
those
them
like
because they're so
those are
popular.
like the 06 LT.
I don't like those ones.
They're beautiful.
I love those
I would have
movies.
rather had the powder blue.
Well, the powder blues are the best.
That's what I mean. Yeah. I don't
But-
I don't
The
like
Chargers, I think, have a great
They
set
look
of
too much like
uniforms.
Michigan out there, like with the
No.
with that like yellow.
It
And
wasn't that dark. It was not that dark.
Nah, they were like a Michigan.
Nah, they don't.
Yeah, they were kind of Michigan.
They don't look like born losers. They are born losers, but they don't look like
Yeah,
born
yeah.
losers. Like Michigan looks like born losers because they are born losers. Like
Right, they got lucky last year.
I'm bringing
Yeah.
the Chargers jersey from last year.
exactly. Like yeah, Michigan got so lucky last year. It was fucking putrid.
Right.
Like I've never been. Like I was only happy for one person that Michigan won last year.
Who's that?
T. And
yeah.
other than that, I was just like gross. This sucks.
You know what I was happy about? It wasn't Ohio, Bama, or Georgia. That's what I was
Yeah,
happy.
it was somebody different.
That's what I was happy about.
Yeah.
You know, even
but-
Clemson had their little run there for a
But
little while,
Sean,
but
again, and yeah, you're right. I mean, Clemson with Dabo
Dabo Sweeney and Sunshine, the T-Law days.
and Lamar. I mean,
Watson.
Deshaun.
Yep.
Who apparently the Browns have no plans of moving on from next
No.
year, which I'm like, yeah,
Really?
stay sucking.
They
Yeah,
can't.
that's dope. Yeah, they
no,
can't.
they can't because he's hurt. Their whole thing was they were going to trade him for draft. They were going to trade him and draft picks to a team just to get rid of the contract. Now that he's hurt, that fucking nulls everything.
So let's talk about this real quick. Like, are we seriously not at the point now where like it's week 12, Monday night, big game, Lamar performs. We all know where this is leading, right?
Yeah, he's gonna fucking fade out.
Divisional rounds, AFC at best, AFC championship loss.
Exit? Yeah, first round exit, whatever the fuck it is, of course. That's what I was telling you before. That's what I was saying. Like, they're lucky that they fucking got Derrick Henry because now when fucking Harbaugh sits there and he sees that, it's like deep in the third quarter in the AFC championship game and Lamar Jackson starts holding on to the ball for 5, 6, 7 seconds, they can be like, all right, just start running it. Granted that they actually do the smart thing and realize that they're effing up. And they can actually just, switch the whole game plan and have a dynamic player to take over for Lamar when he starts freezing, as he habitually does in the postseason.
Yes, he does. But another scheme that's been used against Lamar in the playoffs, and I think they'll definitely use it again this year, is they throw 8 men in the box. They say, nobody's fucking running.
Right.
Beat us by passing. It's
Yep.
usually a high-scoring game because he can still pass.
Yeah, I was going to say, Lamar can still sling it, but not like he can elude tackles. I mean,
But
obviously.
if you see that and
that's what
John
his game plan
Harbaugh
is.
still can't come up with a game plan to beat that, at what point do you blame John at this point, too?
He's only doing what he can with what he got.
Well,
He fucking wants the guy, too.
dude, I'm not gonna lie. I've been blaming John this entire time.
Oh, he's part of the problem. Like Lamar losing one season, okay.
I don't know that he's part
Lamar
of the problem.
losing
It's so much
3 or
he's
4 in a
like,
row.
the problem. And it's not because he's a bad head coach.
Oh, he's been there for how long?
I just think he gets out
12, 13 years?
He's been out coached in big spots now.
A lot.
Too many times.
Was his rookie, or was his first year for Baltimore the year they won the Super Bowl?
No, his first year was 08.
Wow, no shit.
It's 08, wasn't 07?
Maybe it was 07. It was 07, 08.
Hold
But
on,
I'm pretty
hold on,
sure.
hold
No,
on.
I'm pretty sure it was 08 because that was Flacco's rookie year. They went to the AFC Championship,
Yeah,
lost to the
2012.
Steelers.
That was 2012, right?
No, 08. They lost the Steelers in the AFC Championship. 2012, they won the Super Bowl.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. It's Niners on.
Yeah, 2012 they won the Super Bowl.
Time flies. That's crazy.
2008 they went to the AFC Championship, lost to the Steelers.
Yep.
2009 they beat the brakes off the Patriots, and then I believe they lost to your Colts in the divisional round.
Yeah, because we made it.
And then
2008, Harbaugh's arrival, 2008.
yeah, and then 2010 they lost
It's
to
going to be there almost 20 years.
I want to say the Steelers again in the divisional round. And then the Jets and the Steelers faced off in the AFC Championship. Then 2011 they lost the Patriots in the AFC Championship. Then 2012 they finally got over the hump. That's when they beat
the
Peyton and
Broncos, the
Brady.
bullshit jump ball Joe. Yep. What was the receiver that caught that?
Jacoby Jones.
Jacoby Jones. Yep, with the dreads. Yep. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. And, who else was on that fucking team?
Well, that was Ray Lewis, Torrey Hunter.
Brandon.
Torrey Hunter.
Oh,
Torrey Smith. Torrey Smith, Jacoby Jones, Anquan Bolden.
Anquan Bolden.
Quan had the ill AFC Championship game against New England. Bernard Pollard, the great one.
Yup.
Maybe the greatest player of all time. Arguably. I mean, just saying, man.
Damn, I gotta.
He lost us. He cost us Super Bowl.
Are you going to
one.
Spruce?
No, I'm gonna piss. Okay.
I mean, you can just go use my bathroom and Spruce at the same time. I mean, I think we're going to be here for another minute because we still got a lot to cover.
I still want to talk about Aaron.
Yes, we're going to go to the Jets and Aaron. But no, I think, again, just to kind of put a little happy bow on this Ravens thing, I still firmly believe that the Ravens are going to be not one and done, but it's going to be a shaky. Depends who they draw, right? If they get like the Broncos in the divisional round, let's say like the Broncos pull off an upset, or
they might get Miami.
I'm sorry. Let's say Baltimore is not the one. Let's say assume Kansas City is the one, right? And Denver gets Baltimore on the road. Baltimore should take care of Denver. Like they're just better at this point. They have more than Denver can handle.
Yeah.
You know, offensively and defensively, I believe. But then I feel like when they get to the second round, if they catch Buffalo, Kansas City, even like a Houston team, if they're on a little bit of a heater, you know, depending on who goes in hot, Pittsburgh, you know what I mean? They can lose in the divisional round.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I think Miami is like the one that's going to edge in now in that like 7th spot, wherever the fuck it is.
well, no, Denver's 7 right now.
Well, no, but Denver might go higher. I'm saying I think Miami's like a fringe team.
Well, it depends. That I'll tell you what, that game against San Diego or the Chargers is looming large now in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That Thursday night game against the Chargers looms large because they lost last night to Baltimore, which I was rooting for because now that brings them a little closer. Now the problem is the Kansas City's not going to lose enough games for us to get to them.
You never know. There might be injuries, and they might 2019 it for the Patriots again, where they started losing multiple in a row.
But even still, they're still going to get 2 more wins and hit 12, and I don't think Denver can get there.
12 is tough.
We would have to win out to get there. I'm not saying it's not impossible. I mean, listen, the remaining teams on Denver's schedule, all beatable, 100% all beatable.
Right.
Cincinnati, the Chargers, the Colts, the Browns.
Cincinnati, I think, is just playing spoilers at this point. I think Cincinnati's out. To be honest with you, what are they? 4 wins?
Yeah, but they're dangerous.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow can go off. Jamar Chase can go off.
They're playing spoiler.
Yeah, they can fucking wreck your day. They can wreck your season. You know what I mean? Depending on who you are, they can ruin your season. So that's a tough part. I don't know. I do believe the Broncos. I think we're going to take care of the Browns on Monday night. I think we'll take care of the Colts the following week coming off the bye.
Mm-hmm.
That puts us at 9 wins.
Mm-hmm.
We beat the Chargers that Thursday night. Listen, I'm a happy man.
Yeah, you won your bet,
I'm rich.
and you're definitely making the
Rich bitch.
playoffs.
And at that point, we're getting the playoffs. Then, now it becomes a seeding thing. Now it becomes like, okay, we go and we beat, we get Cincinnati. We get the Chargers. Then we get the Bengals and the Chiefs to close the season out. We sweep that. Now all of a sudden, like, okay, holy shit, we're at 12 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've like way exceeded expectations. Way exceeded them. And that's with 2 bum fucking losses to start the season against Seattle and Pittsburgh that we really shouldn't have lost.
Yeah, that was just like bounce of the ball shit. Though.
So, I mean, when you think about it, and again, not to bring this back to the Broncos, but the trajectory of the Broncos right now, when you look at the games they've lost so far this year versus the roster that they have. Now, keep in mind, I believe Pro Football Focus said that this Denver defense was going to be the 32nd out of 32 teams defensively this year.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
what are they, 3?
This is why when I say I don't believe you, my DVOA and my statistic. Well, because it's the only fucking that's their big nerd fucking like stat that they love to use, and it's like nobody knows what that is, egghead, and it doesn't help you. It doesn't do anything. These people get it wrong so fucking often because they're fucking retards. They're a bunch of bug men who had thank you, sir, who never had any involvement in real sports in their life, and now they desperately. Why didn't you just pee in the bathroom downstairs? Oh, so why are you going out the window?
Fucking ridiculous.
Is my neighbor paying you extra? Like, I don't know what's going on. Okay.
Yeah, right. With my dick out, look. No.
Listen, man, I don't know what you got going on, bro. You know what I mean? You fucking freak, bro.
The fucking
What the fuck you talking? What?
the Dodgers just signed Blake Snell. What the fuck, man?
Really?
Yeah, the Dodgers have like a $500 million payroll yearly.
I mean, their Dodgers are clearly just like, we don't give a fuck. All right, so let's shift gears here quick. Stay in the AFC East. Stay in the AFC. Let's go to the East. Let's talk about your boy, Aaron.
Ron,
And
who's
the
just
Jets.
like, get me the fuck off this team.
So, Aaron Rodgers So reports came out that Aaron Rodgers
Diane Rossini.
wasn't sure. Diane Rossini reported that Aaron Rodgers wasn't sure if he wanted to play next year, and if he was going to play, it wasn't going to be for the Jets. Aaron Rodgers came out on Pat McAfee's show today and vehemently denied all and any rumors that were. He said, He's like, I have not told a single human being, A, whether or not I want to play next year, and B, who I want to play. And if I do want to play next year, it's with the New York Jets. So, you have Diana Rossini saying one thing, and then you have Aaron Rodgers coming out on the same network on ESPN on Pat McAfee's show, vehemently denying said rumors.
I'm going to side with Diana on this one.
You know, given Aaron's eccentric nature,
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say he probably slipped up. Maybe he had a few too many mushrooms. You know, maybe he was hanging out doing some crazy shit with Joe Rogan.
Chill with Theo for too long or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
you know, like,
He was in that black room.
yeah, you know, maybe he was, you thought he was typing to his diary and he was actually typing in Teams on Microsoft, you know.
Whoops.
I don't know. Sean, what do you make it? I mean,
I
they
have
fire
said,
Woody Johnson lands the chopper at practice the other day, fires the GM on the spot.
dude, Joe Douglas joked with the interim head coach and was just like, "It's been an honor serving you."
He goes,
sir."
if they call me off the practice field, it's been an honor serving with you.
And they did, and,
And
they,
they
fired
did, they
him.
fired him.
And he was like, and then the best news I've ever heard, and I fucking put it in the chat, and I died laughing. They now hire Mike Tannenbaum, who was the former GM,
Yep.
to now hire the next head coach and the GM.
yeah.
So you're hiring your ex-girlfriend who you publicly shit on and was like, this guy was basically a retard and made the fucking worst decisions of all time. Now you're saying I need this retard to help me find the next people.
I saw them hire like an interim GM to find a coach and said GM, and I was like, wait a minute. You
And-
hired a GM to find
The
a
next GM.
GM?
And it was a
What
GM
the
that-
You
and I
hired
was-
your old GM, the guy that you fired. It's like Sean said. It's
thought
like
Cleveland was bad.
it's like breaking up with your girlfriend, then going to your ex-girlfriend and who was crazy and terrible, and being like, "Can you help me find my new girlfriend?"
named Tiffany or something.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
You know that whatever that
Lexus.
that Graf was that guy did, you know?
Yeah. The hot versus psycho.
Yeah.
The hotter she is, the craziest. The hot crazy scale. you know?
Yeah.
He goes, if you find one over here, these are unicorns.
Yeah.
These are your dingus pingus.
Yeah, we need you to find them. We need you to study them.
Yeah.
But not to get lost in it, the ex-girlfriend that you put on social media was a horrible person and a whore and everything else you could possibly say bad about them. But now you trust her with this epic decision.
Right.
It's fucking wild.
Hey,
dude.
listen, we got a bunch of players that don't want to fucking be here. We have a star quarterback who doesn't want to be here. We traded a lot of assets for the guy that he wanted.
Yeah, we got some good young guns that really, maybe
We
that are hungry.
actually we told all those young guns you're fucking stupid.
Right. Yeah.
And we
Don't blame
you.
us, by the way. Don't blame us.
So, can you help me? And Mike Tenenbaum, I know exactly the guy. He's just gonna pick like the worst person of all time.
I just think it's the most jet shit I've ever fucking heard.
I cried. I was like, man, as bad as the Patriots are, at least we're still not the Jets.
I mean, do you think Fireman Ed wishes at this point he just stayed retired or whatever he did
Instead of coming back.
Like they got Aaron Rodgers like, I'm back. 4 plays into the season, he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
dude,
I should have known.
do you remember the
Why did I think this was gonna work out?
Do you remember our message board for football fans called KFFL back in the day? It was like 15 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
It was like every NFL team. And I remember someone on that board at that time making one of the funniest jokes ever. And it was just like, I forgot what season it was for the Jets. And it was still like when people were on message boards more. He was like, I guarantee you, I bet Fireman Ed goes home and wishes he died on September 11th. And I was like, oh my God.
bro.
But the guy said it like nonchalantly, and Jets fans were like, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Because it was just one of those things where it was just like Rex Ryan fucked over the team. Mark Sanchez was an abomination.
Right. That
And they
was
were
close
just
to the
like-
butt fumble.
Yeah, and they were just like, I bet Fireman Ed wishes he was
Does
dead.
everybody remember when the Jets were actually a halfway decent team with
2009,
It was Rex
2010.
Ryan.
with Mark Sanchez and them?
Yeah, 9 and 10. They went to the AFC Championship both
Yeah,
years.
I was gonna say like 2 times.
Yeah,
all
they got
played.
there. They lost to the Colts in 09,
Yeah, and then they lost.
and
to
they
the
lost the
Patriots.
Steelers in 2010.
Oh, I thought they lost to the Patriots. No. Oh.
No, Patriots beat us. I mean, I'm sorry, the Jets beat us.
No,
Oh,
they
was that
beat
Bart Scott? Was
2000,
that no?
2011.
Was that Can't Wait?
Yeah.
2010 was Can't Wait.
Can't Wait.
Oh, yeah, 2010 was Can't Wait.
Because that
I'm
was
sorry.
Brady's MVP year. 2011, the Patriots beat. Let's see, you beat the Ravens in the AFC Championship, and working backwards, was it Houston?
No,
Hugh-
Pittsburgh.
No,
wasn't it?
I think it wasn't it the Letterman Jackie?
Oh no,
game?
you beat us, Denver. It was Denver. It was Tebow.
Oh, it was Denver.
Oh,
okay.
2011. Tebow.
2011
yeah, I
was-
was in New Hampshire for that
Was
game.
Tebow and then Baltimore?
Oh, that was a fucking mop fest.
Because remember
too.
that was
bad.
what's his name? What was the receiver's name? He had the ball, caught it in the end zone, and it got stripped out at the last second.
Who will?
Shea Caldwell.
Was Shea Caldwell with
No,
the Buckeyes?
no, for the Ravens.
Was that not Caldwell?
No, it wasn't.
No, Bolden? Was it
Todd-
Bolden?
No, it wasn't
Todd
Bolden.
Heap or something.
No, Todd. It was not Todd Heap.
God damn it! What was his name?
Hold on.
He was an older guy. I think he played for the Bills. Not Peerless Price old, but like somewhere in there.
Huh.
Hang on, I'll tell you right.
We're gonna find this out. I hate when we can't. I hate when you get on something so.
You're gonna
like, that
you're
you
gonna hear
have
the
to
name and be like,
fucking
"Holy
look
shit!"
up.
Of course.
Yeah.
I thought it was Anquan Bolden.
No, he was still on Baltimore, wasn't he?
That's what we're talking about. It was the Baltimore
Oh,
team.
who dropped it on Baltimore?
Who dropped the
Sterling Moore stripped it.
Sterling Moore stripped it. Yes. Well, who was the receiver?
Oh,
I thought you were gonna
shit.
say Sterling Shepard. I was like, wasn't he on Giant? Oh, well, I don't know.
He wasn't the Giants. Yes, he was.
back then. Right?
Oh my god, I remember the defensive back stripping it. I can't remember the player.
Lee Evans.
Fuck, you were
Oh,
right. You were
wow,
right. You were right
Lee
with
Evans.
Buffalo. Holy shit.
I knew he was a former
Evans.
Bills. Lee Evans.
Good call.
Lee Evans. Remember he had it in the corner, and then they came out to kick the field goal, and it fucking.
Why? I was in that end
You were
zone.
in that end zone. Yeah, I remember
And
that.
I was like, I told my wife, well, it was a girlfriend at the time. I was like, there's no way he misses this, and he missed it, and I was like, there's fucking no way. We're
Yep.
so close.
Yep, crazy.
Yep, it was
And
like,
then-
it was like a chip shot. It was
and
like
then-
a 31 yarder,
That was the
29
championship
yarder.
game that was at, and Will Fork like this,
Yeah.
like frozen in
Like,
time.
fuck!
And then I remember watching Ray Lewis
Can't believe it.
get up off the bench, and I heard the audio later. He was like just not out of time, and I remember seeing him walk down the line. He like patted the dudes on the head, went right like I went to the field. He dapped up like Brady and a couple people. Then he went to the tunnel, and he was just gone. And that was like surreal because Brady didn't have a good game that day. The team overall was like meh. And that was like the year Myra Kraft died, and everyone won the MHK.
Yep.
MHK.
Yeah, and then they
pageant.
lost. And then
To the
lost to the
Giants.
Giants 10 days later.
Man, that was
2 weeks later.
that was a crazy game. But I still believe to this day that kicker fucking missed.
Was that Matt Stover?
It was not Stover.
You sure?
No, it was not Stover. Was it not Swisher? That's a fucking Yankee, Nick Swisher.
Oh yeah. Sweeney.
Nah, it was Billy Cundiff.
Cundiff.
Yep, that was
That's right.
Because that was when the cunt biff was born.
Yes, and people would go to the games, hold up Cundiff, and they would hold it at an angle.
Yep.
And they would just fuck with him, and his career basically ended like a year after so later.
Yeah, he's he kicked the Cowboys before that.
And I think the Cardinals.
Cowboys, and yeah, I think that was and then ended up with the Ravens. But yeah, that was a wild game. Yeah, 2011. Duh, obviously that was the Tebow year. I should have known that.
Crazy.
Yep.
Dude, I like Tebow.
And then 2012, obviously the Ravens went on their run.
Yeah.
And won it all. But
Yep.
We did predict, by the way, just so you know,
This whole Rodgers thing.
I had the Aaron Rodgers Jets finishing third in the division.
So did I. I had
Yeah.
them winning more games. I had them as 500. They're not going to get the 500. There's
Not
no
even
way.
close. Not even close.
Right.
I had them. I didn't write the record down, but I did have them just a step above the Patriots in terms of wins. I don't know that that's going to happen at this point. The Patriots might win more games than the Jets before this is all said and done.
It depends if Rodgers really just was like, I'm not playing.
I mean,
Then
at
they
this
have
point,
nobody.
why would he? Like, you're 40 years old. Like, why would you be out there? Like, the season's over.
I don't know. It's weird.
Everything. I mean, your GM, your head coach, like, everything is gone tits up, dude. Like, what? There is nothing left to play for at this point. If you're Aaron Rodgers.
Stay healthy.
Wouldn't
fucking,
even-
Are you watching an Auburn highlight?
Yeah.
Dude, the kid Tat McMillan from Auburn is like the next greatest wide receiver.
Tat Mac.
Yeah.
He is fucking unreal.
He'll probably be a Denver Bronco next year.
Right.
No, I hope the Patriots, if
Just
they don't take a
going through
tackle,
some
just take
highlights.
him.
Well, I'm just saying, Denver's going to have luxury picks next year because we got the quarterback
No,
finally.
Yeah.
He's not getting out of the top 10.
So I did. So I put I think I put a $9 bet on Nick Bonito to win Defensive Player of the Year.
What the fuck?
He was plus 30,000. He leads the league in sacks right now.
When you get 10,000 to 1 odds.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
when you get 10,000 to 1 odds, you take those odds.
That's
Is
not
that,
I like that I got
The
three
Office?
Three
Yeah.
Colts
Yeah.
in the top 5 for tackles.
yeah, no. I put $9 on Nick Bonito to win Defensive Player of the Year because he leads the league or tied for the league in sacks, or he's right there, like within 1 or 2.
Yep.
And he's got 10.5. He's the first Bronco since Von Miller to have double-digit sacks. So
No shit.
I'm like, now, don't get me wrong. If he needs to beat like T.J. Watt or Nick Bosa by like a clear 2 or 3 sacks
Right.
in order to win Defensive Player of the Year, because anybody who knows how the media votes these
of
awards,
Popularity contest.
Denver doesn't do well. Like they like Von Miller could have broken the single season sack
And you
record.
still wouldn't have got it.
And then they'd be like, yeah, but did you see what JPP did in New York this year? Like, his 9.5 sacks were really impactful.
Right.
Really impactful. Like, come on. Like, bro, it's Denver, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you guys
Like,
play
you
in
can
the...
have 10 more.
You play in
but-
the AFC West, bro, not the NFC East or the AFC North, where we all know the real football is played.
Right.
Like, and these writers, so was it a long odds bet? Yes. Was it plus 30,000? Also, yes. Will I win $2,700 if he wins? Yes. Was I willing to throw my last $9 I had in my FanDuel account on that? Also, yes.
Why not?
Fuck it. Send it, baby.
Why not, bitch? Do it up.
Because what happens if he ends up with, we got 6 games left. What happens if he keeps on this pace, right? He has 1 game or 2 games with 2 sacks and gets one or the other. He ends with 18.5 sacks, leads the league.
Maybe he gets 4.
Or what happens if he gets 20? What if he gets to 20 sacks? Maybe he doubles his total over the next 6 games. He gets
Beat
20 sacks. Because we
Strahan.
got beatable teams
Well,
left on the.
Watt beat Strahan, but yeah, you know what I mean.
But like, what happens if he gets to 20 sacks? Can you give it? You got to give him Defensive Player of the Year, right?
Nah.
I mean, they gave it to Jason Taylor over Champ Bailey that one year in 06. So
Because Jason Taylor was also a very popular media person.
of course he was.
Because he was a beautiful man. And they're like, Champ Bailey, he's kind of a big-headed alien. They're like, fuck that dude. We don't want the...
Champ Bailey, like last game of the season, is like gets his 10th interception, returns it for 6. It's like, all
You
right,
know,
there it is. Defensive player of the year. It's in the bag. And they're just like, fuck you.
Speaking of
Ray
Bailey,
Lewis.
No, Jason Taylor.
Jason.
Who had like, I think he had like 11 and a half or 12 sacks that year or something.
yeah, he didn't have like a
Right.
great season.
It was some wicked media.
But he had some like circus picks
To
and some
this
crazy
day,
shit.
I'll never understand how Champ's brother Boss wasn't a fucking better player in the league. In college,
Yeah,
he
well,
was
he's on Detroit, right?
He was on a bunch of teams.
He went to Detroit.
He
for a
was
while,
so unbelievably athletic in college, it just never translated to the NFL.
13 and a half sacks.
Yeah, it's like mid.
Jason Taylor had 3.5 more sacks than Champ Bailey did in interceptions that year. And he won Defensive Player
That's
of the Year.
pathetic. Sorry,
Po-
but
that's popularity
that's
contest.
Crazy.
They're like, this man looks great on a magazine cover.
That
We're gonna
was
vote him.
that was like Steve Nash winning MVP over Kobe robbery.
Right, that's crazy.
Like that's embarrassing.
What, you don't like assists from the Phoenix Suns?
Yeah,
Steve Nash is like, dude, I had 43 assists in one game.
like if you look at like Jason Taylor's career high was 18 and a half.
Oh, Tampa Bay, maybe. Yeah, because he was.
Yeah, Derek Brooks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking somebody on like a Super Bowl winning team. I was gonna say fucking crazy Romanowski.
Oh, Bill Roman.
Nah, Bill was he was on a losing Super Bowl team. No, Derek Brooks.
Still Super Bowl team.
Yeah, he was Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, stats really. He was just the best player on the best defense in the league that year. His stats did not jump up. Like 118 tackles, 1 sack,
Oh, hey,
like
speaking,
a pick or 2.
Yeah.
speaking of crazy white dude, you see John Rocker join Twitter?
No,
You remember John Rocker, right?
I know the name, but I don't know who he is.
The fucking like it was early 2000s. He pitched for the Mets, and he was like, "Get these fucking Mexicans off these trains."
Oh yes, that guy. Yep,
Dude, he looks exactly the same, just gray hair now.
yep. Now I remember
Big
exactly.
Jack's picture.
Yep.
Big Southern boy. He joined Twitter. He was like MAGA, and I was like, this fucking psycho.
Of course he is.
Uncle Donnie.
Wow.
Sit him down.
Of course he's a fucking.
Gone from like social media for like his entire career. As soon as Trump wins, he's like, I'm back.
I
Oh,
can start
my
talking shit again.
All right. So what else? Last thing before we get out of here, because we're at 2.5 hours now.
Look at him. I'm back, motherfucker.
I love it. That's right. I do remember him now. He was
I
the.
don't remember him now.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, you do.
I remember
if you
the-
watched old videos, it'll bring you back to like.
If you
when
watch
with
the
your
old like
parents.
get these Mexicans the fuck out of here video, you'll remember it because it's like killed his career basically.
Oh, okay.
They were like,
And what has he
you
been-
can't say
you know what he's
that.
been-
Right.
He was like,
We-
why not?
He's been tweeting about. He wants to fucking beat up Ellen DeGeneres. That's what he's been tweeting about.
Get in line, bro.
Yeah, no
Like
shit.
whatever, bro. Like
She skipped the pond, bro. She's over on the other side now.
yeah, she's in the UK now, or she'll get I don't know, maybe she'll get beheaded by a jihadist.
Acid thrown in her face.
Yeah.
Attached with scissors.
Poetic justice. Attack the scissors. She gets that every night.
Oh shit!
Ah,
Bang! I didn't even think of that.
boom.
Shit.
Scissor me timbers, Xerxes.
Yeah.
He is crazy.
Yeah, no shit, bro.
I didn't know he was posting this much. 55 more nights until Trump is my president. Good night. Love you.
What do you mean 54 and 5 more?
Count
He
them
already
down.
is. He already is. Hezbollah already said, fuck you, we're doing a ceasefire. Fuck off.
Facts, they did.
The Uncle Donnie effect is large. Can't wait for that flat tax and no tax on overtime. God, that is
Joey,
gonna be
you
so
gotta go
nice.
follow John Rocker.
I already do.
Oh, you already do?
Yeah.
I feel like everything he has said, you've
What do you-
said the
what do
last
you-
3 days.
What do you think? What do you think my life is, bro? Come on,
Jimmy Kimmel, when will you die? Question mark.
Jimmy Kimmel. I don't know. Will you cry about it, you little bitch? Is there anything more embarrassing than being a grown man crying about nonsense on TV?
Jesus. Brace yourselves. He
Like-
shares a Game of Thrones meme. Brace yourselves. The Native American talk is coming for Thanksgiving. Jesus, dude.
It's like that meme. Our next topic: slavery.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
I have a very particular T-shirt that I bought to wear to Christmas Eve this year. It will rustle no Jimmies in my family, but it might rustle some Jimmies when I get pictures taken in front of the Christmas tree with it. So hopefully it'll be funny. But last thing before we get out of here, 2 things. One,
1A.
Are we taking the Chiefs seriously right now? Like, I know you have to because
They're
it's Andy Reid
fading.
and Pat Mahomes, but like we've seen this story before, right? Like they're tired. They need to reload. They're gonna have to gut this roster and kind of restart next year.
They are definitely tired.
for one, like if you're giving me like the Chiefs or the field, I'm taking the field all day. I don't think the Chiefs are getting. Not only are they not getting back to the Super Bowl, I think they're gonna be one and done in the playoffs.
Could be.
Like, I think an ideal matchup for the Broncos wild card weekend would be like 7-2 against the Chiefs.
That'd be dope.
You know,
That
if
would give them
Buffalo if Buffalo could leap them and get the one.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be like, fuck yeah, because I think we could beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead in a playoff game.
If you beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead, I would say that you could probably.
We should have beat the
Buffalo.
Chiefs in Arrowhead 2 weeks ago.
You could probably beat Buffalo.
Listen, Buffalo.
Yeah, they're playing a little.
We might not.
Don't forget Buffalo's still Buffalo.
We
dude.
might not beat Buffalo, but Buffalo would definitely beat themselves.
Yes.
But we could take advantage of that.
Yes.
We are an opportunistic team.
Forget you got Bo Nix and Sean Payton, bro. Smart motherfuckers. Bo Nix knows how to run that offense.
I think we're
baby.
still a year or two. I think we're 2 years away from being like, not this time next year. I think we're going to be like, okay, let's see what we're made of.
Couple nice pieces of the puzzle next season.
But
2 years from now.
or let me put it this way.
Or
I think this time next year, I'm going to correct myself. This time next year, we will be talking about the Broncos as Super Bowl contenders. The following year, when they get out from underneath the Russell Wilson deal, that is when we start talking about the Broncos building a dynasty with Bo Nix and Sean Payton. That's when the dynasty talk will start. If
you gotta make it far this year for that.
Well, we're getting to the playoffs this year. I firmly believe we're getting to the playoffs. I think we can, depending on the matchup, I think we could steal one.
Yeah, you gotta
like,
at least get to like divisional or championship.
If we catch Baltimore in the first round,
yeah,
that's a bad matchup for us. It's a bad matchup for us.
Who the fuck knows, bro?
Baltimore in the divisional round is a better matchup for us.
Right. Well, but I think that Sean Payton can exploit the weaknesses that Lamar Jackson possesses with that defense.
No, that'd be Vance Joseph. But yes, I agree.
Well, Vance, I mean, but you know what I mean. The scheme.
We did not play well against Baltimore when we played them a couple of weeks ago. They bum rushed us. No two ways about it. They were the better team. Are the better team. Not to say that we can't sneak up on them and steal one, but
you got to exploit Lamar's weakness, and we all know what it is.
Keep him in the pocket, make him throw.
Yep.
Keep him in the pocket, make him throw, and especially against our secondary. And if we're at full strength, you know what I mean. We get the Great White Hope coming back. He avoided major injury in Riley Moss, so we're gonna have the best cornerback tandem in the league.
You get that linebacker. What's that dude?
Barton.
Fucking love that kid. Fucking flies all around the field, bro.
Him, Justin Sternard's back.
Reminds me like a Clay Matthews in a sense.
Dude, we got some fucking ballers on that team. That kid was a 4th round pick too. Barton.
Yeah, Barton. I like him.
They got some ballers, dude.
He plays with that like typical like high motor white kid. I bounce off everything mentality. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'm just flying it everywhere, and he just gets up and he's like, "More, please."
Yeah. If this was like '88, he'd be wearing a cowboy collar.
Yeah. Yes. Facts.
But we're not. So we're not taking the Chiefs seriously, right? Like everybody knows the Chiefs are just kind of a paper tiger at this point. We're just waiting to see who takes them out.
Yeah, I see.
They already did. They already got
taken out. They should have lost like 3 or 4 games already this year.
Well, yeah, because they only won 4 games.
Baltimore,
by like 7
Denver,
points.
Buffalo. What was the other one they lost they won at the gun? Like they won a couple others at the gun that they shouldn't have won, and we're like, what the fuck?
Quite a few.
Yeah, it's like at least 3 or 4 games that they
don't forget how many
should have on their
interceptions did Mahomes have overturned due to pass interference calls?
Like 6 or 7, 8.
I mean, God, they squeaked by the fucking Panthers, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that to me was the most telling one because
that's exhaustion.
That means that they're just the cracks are starting to get too big to plug. Like the holes are getting too big to plug.
Kelsey's having a very bad year.
Abysmal.
Man, cannot wait for the Taylor Swift breakup song. I will actually listen to that. That'll be the first time I've ever listened to a Taylor Swift song.
Barely squeaked out against you
dude,
guys.
Can I be the first person? I'm not the first person. Can I be the first person on the show publicly to just say I am fucking all Kelsey'd out with the whole family? Like everyone's on video. Everyone has a podcast. The wife has a podcast.
I'm all set with
now.
Jason. No, I don't really care.
Oh yeah, his wife's got a podcast now.
Yeah.
Jason's wife's doing a podcast now.
Yeah, and it's all connected, part of the Kelsey network of podcasts.
I mean, which is super cool. I think that's really rad idea,
it's too much.
and I like it. But like,
It's burnout.
well, I guess to be burnt out on it, you have to consume it. I don't consume it.
I don't consume it either, but I hear about it all the time.
I don't.
I'm sick of hearing.
But I don't.
about it.
I stay away from the I have my I'm very limited in the people I listen to
I'm still blocked by
outside
Travis.
of us. So, I did love the fact that Jason Kelsey smashed the fuck out of that kid's phone a couple weeks ago. That was awesome.
That was dope.
Yeah.
You weren't here for that. We talked about
No,
that.
I was here for that. That was 3 weeks ago already. We talked about it. We showed the video. I'm 100%
Okay,
sure.
maybe we did.
That
That was the last time
But
you were here. Then
you see the Jimmy Kimmel thing? He was leaving Jimmy Kimmel, or it might have not been Jimmy Kimmel. It might have been a different late night host. Maybe it was fucking Stephen Colbert or something like
Jimmy
that.
Fallon.
Yeah, whatever. And he was leaving, and there's people outside of New York that just wait for autographs.
Mhm.
And Jason Kelsey just walked by and says, "I don't do autographs, basically autograph hounds. Like he doesn't do autographs because they're just gonna resell it on eBay." Or
Of
something
course.
Like that. So he walks to the thing, and this guy climbed the fence to talk shit to him, and I mean, talked so much shit to Jason Kelsey, guilted him into getting out of the car and signing the stuff for him. And Jason Kelsey was like, "Dude, it wasn't personal." Blah 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 blah. And the guy said a lot of shit about him. Said "You think you're better than Harrison Ford? Harrison Ford signed for me. Morgan Freeman signed
cool,
for
man.
me."
That's cool for them.
Yeah, cool.
But the guy was of course filming it because of course he was, and I think someone
This is clout chasing.
and someone definitely in the limo picking up Kelsey was like, "Do you want to get out of the car and go sign some stuff?" Like the guy's recording, making a huge scene, and Kelsey didn't get out and start bitching at the guy. Kelsey went out and was just like, "I'm signing autographs. I'll personalize it to you. Sorry, not trying to offend anybody. I do this everywhere. Sorry, not trying to hurt anybody's feelings." Signed it. The guy was like, "Oh, I love you. I'm so sorry for saying shit to you." Kelsey's like, "No big deal." That I was like, that took a lot to hold back and just be cuss that guy out. Because the guy said everything about his family and his brother and everything like that. And
Yeah,
it's
dude. I mean, I wouldn't sign a fucking thing for half these people. And everybody looks at people who don't sign autographs. They're like, "Oh, you're a fucking asshole. You don't sign autographs.
No.
You're a piece of shit." No, dude.
You're preserving your worth.
Yeah. Not only that, but these people are out here to just exploit you.
Yes.
Right.
These aren't 10-year-old kids.
Yeah.
And even when they are 10-year-old kids, they're probably being sent there by some fucking dad.
Can you?
Fuck the charity I
Yeah.
started. I'm an asshole because I didn't sign an autograph for you, the
Mister-
40-year-old dude.
Right.
Fuck out of here, bro. You're a fucking clown. I hate people like that.
Me too.
Casey, can you sign these 17
And it's and honestly, who the
Fuck
fuck
RFK,
who
man.
fucking
Jeez.
cares that much about a fucking signature, bro?
signature.
Seriously, that shit means nothing to me, bro.
No.
I love.
If I happen to get one and it's cool,
Yeah, me too. I love autograph cards because they're neat and I can just don't take up a lot of room.
yeah.
Like,
you
I
know
took-
what was cool to me? The signature shaking Michael Irvin's hand.
Yeah.
That was fucking cooler.
How many
I
times
don't
do you
give a
get
fuck
that?
that he didn't sign my fucking jersey. He pointed right at me and walked right up to me and fucking shook my hand because I had a Colts jersey on. I was like, that's way
I
fucking cool.
I
than
would
Hell
love
anything.
yeah.
that. I would love. That's a
My
crazy
dad
story.
was just like, hey, and he pointed to Michael Irvin, and Michael Irvin saw my dad point at him, and he looked at me, and I had a Colts jersey on, and he just points at me and walks over, and he fucking shook my hand, and he was just like, I like that.
He's
we
like,
were
"You
down in
wear
the
it."
Optum Lounge.
Yeah.
with
I was
the
I was
fucking-
standing right behind you.
Yeah, and I was just like, whoa. I don't fucking need anybody to be like, look, I got Michael Irvin. No, that's the coolest fucking thing ever.
He's
I-
like, you wear
know what I mean?
Reggie
Like-
Wayne, ha ha ha, the you ha ha.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, actually, I was wearing.
I was Reggie Wayne jersey, right?
Yeah, well, I think I was wearing
Yeah.
Reggie Wayne. Yeah, he
Any-
was like,
anybody
oh, that's
with
my
the
guy.
I could be wearing Wolfork as long as it's someone from the U. That's all he
Yep,
cares
yep,
about.
yep. No,
That-
but
dude,
they-
Michael Irvin, he gave me a fucking what up when I was up in when I was at Monday Night Football in 2005.
yeah,
Patriots Colts, and they were right down where the bridge is, and that's where their set was, right below us. And we were looking over the edge, watching them do their show. And I was like, and I had my U beanie on and my Reggie Wayne jersey, and I was like, "Yo, Mike," and I just threw up the U, and he was like, "My man," and I was like, "Cool, man." Michael Irvin just acknowledged me, like
Yeah,
that was
it's
cool
cool.
as
Yeah,
fuck.
yep.
You know what I mean? Like, did he care? No. Does he remember me? Absolutely not.
No.
Do I give a shit? No. But was it cool in the moment? Absolutely.
yeah.
But Yeah, that's way cooler. People who fucking like clout chase like over fucking autographs, like guilt people into that
To
shit. Like,
verbally berate somebody because they choose not to sign your little fucking poster.
I'll send you
dude.
the video after.
Yeah.
The video was
Like, I wish
long.
Jason Kelsey would. Honestly, I wish he would have, like, fucking.
I
hit
would
him.
honestly, I wish more people would sign less autographs.
Yeah,
like,
be like, go
Yeah.
fuck yourself,
like, bro,
clown.
like, you want an autograph? Like, what are you? Are you a fucking? Are you a
Clown.
9-year-old kid? No,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here, dude.
Right, right.
It's
I'm a collector.
How does it feel to know
Cool,
that
bro,
the lady
go-
at the RMV has my signature and you don't? You fucking clown, and you stood out here for 6 fucking hours.
Like,
I
dude,
mean,
such a bitch ass
yeah,
fucking move.
Like, I'm just kidding, but
And last thing I wanted to get in before we get out of here is the major announcement coming out of F1 today.
oh,
you love this.
It is time, boys.
Cadillac.
It is time. Finally,
Let's look that up a little bit.
Cadillac is officially, GM is going to be officially launching a Cadillac team to be the 11th team on the grid in F1 starting in 2026. And Mario Andretti was promoted to chairman of that division.
Which is crazy because you know they're going to attract some decent drivers.
Oh, baby.
They're going to get somebody good.
I'm already my search is on for it. Like listen, man, I've been a big McLaren fan for a long time because, you know, Senna was a McLaren guy and he was my original favorite driver. Then he ended up, you know, he left and went to Renault, whatever, and that's what he died in, unfortunately, in 94. But I was always a big McLaren guy just because that's what I was when I was a kid, right? F1 was McLaren, thought it was cool. Now that Cadillac has come to F1, not that it's going to change anything, not that it's going to make F1 any better of a product because the racing is still kind of trash, but we'll see in 2026 because that's when the wheelbase gets shorter. The cars are going to make some drastic changes. We might actually see F1 return to like actual real racing, like where they actually race, not just glorified time trials.
Right.
Hopefully. But Netflix racing is going to make a comeback now. And even when they don't, brother, we got Cadillac.
I can't wait to see the paint scheme and the color.
I don't know what they're going to go with. There's so many different renderings. There's red, white, and black. There's all black and gold. Like, as a Cadillac guy through and through. That is obviously, I've driven Caddies now for well over a decade. I am a huge Cadillac guy. I bought my first V this year, although it's a baby V, little baby V. Cannot wait. And the only thing that would make me happier is if GM announces that they are replacing the Camaro in NASCAR with a Blackwing CT5.
You think that's gonna happen?
Well, because the Camaro is being discontinued.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so
I didn't even know
Chevy's
that.
no longer going to be producing the Camaro, and the way NASCAR works is like the rules are like it has to be a production vehicle. You can't just have like a car that nobody like. It's got to be a car that you can buy.
Homologated.
Homologated.
It's gotta be homologated. It has to sell so many to the
Yeah,
public.
right, exactly.
It's gotta have a homologation. That's what it's called.
Right. You've got to sell like X amount
To the public.
to the public.
For a street car.
Yep.
Just like street bikes.
Yep.
Just like AMA, all that. It's called
Exactly.
it's called the homologation.
Yep.
I never would have known that. Thank you. I am today years old.
Yeah.
I've heard it
So,
before, but I forgot. That's the term.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the term. Yep.
But yeah, so it's like, it's since the Camaro is no longer going to be a production car from Chevy and GM are like, it's kind of like at a crossroads with NASCAR. Like, what are we going to do? Now that GM is entered into F1 and Cadillac is going to be their flagship, I have to wonder if that's going to be the next shoe to drop in NASCAR, which would just make me beyond fucking ecstatic. Like, I will go like, listen, man, I've been a Ford guy in NASCAR my whole life. Like, I've always been a Ford guy. Didn't love the Taurus. I was a Thunderbird guy to start. Taurus was meh. The Fusion, no thanks. But the Mustang, I've been a big fan of. Like, I drive one in iRacing. I built my model downstairs.
I like Mustangs. I always have.
I'm not a Mustang guy. Not on the
I'm
street.
not a Mustang guy.
The new Mustangs, I really dig.
If it's a GT350.
Yeah, the new body style, I should say, I dig.
I like the 500s, but give me the flat plane.
Yeah, but the way
Not
that
to get into
the
it,
way that the lines on the new Mustangs work,
They're sick, dude.
dude,
yeah.
they fucking look dope, bro.
The
Like my neighbor that
Pram,
had the Roush
like
up the street.
Yeah, like a 2025 like GT350R, like whatever it is fucking sick. Banging fucking car.
But what I am
definitely not regular
like
traffic.
so this news that F1 is picking up an 11th team,
Which is crazy.
which is huge news in itself, and that is going to be basically an Andretti run and owned Cadillac team,
Yeah.
makes me just like makes my giny tingle.
By the way, I hope they go with the black and gold.
Did you see the black, white, and red though? The white is primarily white with the black and red.
Yeah, I think so.
Also
yeah.
sexy as
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
Super sexy. But I think
Almost
they,
looks like Audi kind
But
of.
I think they need and that's my only problem with it. I think it looks a little too much like Audi. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
I think they need to go with like the black and gold and kind of put that as like that's their staple.
The black with the gold like
'Cause you're running-
badge or shield.
You got the black wing.
Yeah,
The
it's gotta
black
be
wing, black, like what?
Black Hawk. Oh no,
what-
Nighthawk. Sorry.
Paul, what have I always said? I've always wanted. I want a CTSV blacked out, and when it's not blacked out, when it's blacked out, I want it blacked out more. And when there's not enough black, I want more black. And I want black,
Anthracite.
and I want black. I want the thing.
Anthracite black.
I want that thing to look like an F-117 fucking stealth coming down the road, and I want it to sound like Armageddon.
Very expensive paint, but you can get it.
But I love it.
It's called anthracite black.
Oh, it's
It
like
is the blackest black on
isn't
the
that like
planet.
$1,800 a gallon or something like that?
It's extremely expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know in terms of
like,
like
I know, like-
automotive paint.
Like I
but-
know automotive paint, like Escalade Black, was
Yeah.
like 100 or like $80 a gallon.
Yeah, I think it's called anthracite. Anthracite.
I only
black.
remember that because when we were painting cars in the garage, like when PJ was doing his
$80.
240s and shit like that, we were like Escalade Black was like one of the best blacks you could get for the cheapest price. But nonetheless,
God damn.
but no, my giny is tingling for the fucking news that Cadillac is officially going to be an F1 team, not next year, but the year after. So 2026, like a year from now, we'll be on the eve of the, final 2 races of the season in F1. And then when we kick it off in Australia in 2026, baby, we got caddies. Caddies,
But
baby.
by that time, you just buy a Cadillac supercar.
Well, I'm buying a Blackwing. My next car is going to be a CT5 Blackwing.
Mm-hmm.
6-speed, manual, V8, supercharged. Like, that will be my next car. I bought my XTS V. It's a V Sport. It's the 3.6-liter twin turbo.
Yep.
I've got somebody working on finding someone to tune it for me, wake it up a little bit, hopefully get a little closer to 500 ponies out of it. But finally, too, my bench press actually exceeds my car's horsepower, which
It's called Vanta Black. Sorry,
which is
but
good.
Anyway, sorry.
But I've got my V for now. Love the fucking shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I will have a CT5 Blackwing well before I die, before long. I mean, shit, if these fucking idiot fucking meme coins that I bought take off, then I might have one in the next 2 years, but who knows? But nonetheless, I am super fucking ecstatic that Cadillac is finally formally made its entry into Formula One. Because the way that they've done with Le Mans and the supercars and the hypercars and everything else, like, dude, I cannot tell you how fucking happy this makes me. To be able to rock like Cadillac racing shit now is gonna. I am floored. Like, I bought this hat when I bought my car because I was like, I own a V now. I can have a V hat. Like I can be. All I need is a pair of like white socks and some New Balances, and I'm ready for cars and coffee, bro. Corvettes and coffee.
Actually sounds fucking fun as
I can
shit.
go to the diner up on Route 10 and be like, "Hello, boys, we got cars." And
They're like, you're about 30 years too early.
we're old men talking about slow cars. What?
50 grand for a top of the line Vanta Black paint job.
Fucking A.
50 G's. So if you want Vanta Black, which
The blackest
That's
of
not
all the
bad.
blacks.
it soaks up 99.965% of light, and it's only been applied to a BMW in the automotive industry so far.
What does it apply to elsewhere? Military?
Yeah, shit like
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Makes sense.
It's the blackest, darkest. It literally soaks light. It will take it from the room. It's crazy. I've seen it on shit. It's nuts. Like, you roll shit out into sunlight, and it looks like it's like superimposed.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
But
Okay, I've seen
it's
that before.
there.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts. It's the most black. It's so powder coat, dull black. It looks like a hole.
When we make a couple $100 million off our idiot meme coins, we're doing that.
Fuck yeah, everybody else too.
Yeah.
What are you trying to pump?
Pepe coin.
I bought Pepe.
Shib? Get Shib, bro.
I got Pepe, Shib, and Doge right now.
Go fucking
Well,
shit, bro.
Doge they're gonna try to make as a payment form on X, so that'll give it more legitimacy.
I only have 2,500 shares of that, so
I dumped all mine
Only.
like 2 years ago, so fuck it.
I kept mine.
As long as Shib goes up to like $5, I'll be good.
Dude, $5.
I know that's it. That's a shot.
I think Pepe is going to be the one. Pepe coin.
We'll see.
But we'll see. Doesn't matter. It's like
Trade
scratch
meme
tickets.
coins. That's all it is.
Yeah,
Just
meme
do it.
coins. Just trade meme coins.
25 almost. Do it.
Just all these idiot Ponzi schemes. Just buy into them. Somehow
Yeah.
you'll get rich.
Yep. Because if everybody buys into it, it shoots the price, and we all just get rich because we all dump.
It's only worth what we say it is.
Too many of those Instagram models are getting fucking like arrested by like not the Federal Bureau of Investigation, like the government, because they're just like, what you're doing is illegal, and they're like, we didn't know, because they'll create like a coin for themselves, and then they'll promote it, and then it'll jump up, and they'll sell all their coin and make like $30,000 in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's insider trading, you fucking
Yeah,
idiots.
and
You
then-
can't fucking do that.
That's
well,
what
Nancy
the,
Pelosi can, but that's a whole other story.
The FTC, right? Is that who that?
Is it FTC?
The Federal Trade Commission.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, you
Something
can't
like that.
fucking do that. It's, it's a conflict of interest. You
How much
fucking
have
clowns.
I've made on
Dumb
Bitcoin?
millennials thinking they can make money. Like, I love all those.
It's a
yeah.
conflict of interest unless you're, a sitting senator or
It's gone
congressman.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you can't make it. Yeah, because you can't say whether or not you pump it or not. Well, I mean, if you know by the amount of followers and shit you have.
Yeah.
All right, let's leave it there, boys.
Yep.
That was a solid almost 3 fucking hours we did.
Damn.
Which, you know what? Honestly, really fucking happy about. Because you know why? It's the first time we've all been in the same room since the election. So,
And happy Thanksgiving
Yes.
Eve. Wait. In 13 minutes, happy Thanksgiving Eve.
yes. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Fuck, I'm going to be tired.
We appreciate the shit out of y'all. Row on seat one, Joey
Goddamn.
Fats Radio. Be sure to give us a like on our YouTube channel, our
I just shared it.
Twitch channel, our Facebook
YouTube
page.
channel, our Twitch channel. We gotta do a better job of promoting those two, like on our posts and stuff like that too. So that way, it's always
I
links
do.
there.
Yeah, I do need to do a better job.
Nah,
of that.
but I can do it too.
No, it should be automatic, but we'll get. But please give us a like and a share. Give us this show will be up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts, Amazon, within probably 30 minutes of the show being closed down. Until next Tuesday night, it has been an absolute pleasure to spend the last 3 hours with y'all, folks. We appreciate you. We do it for you guys. Love you. Thank you for listening. For Joey Fats Radio, from Plizzy, Mr. Betancourt, I am Joey Fats. This has been Joey Fats Radio, and we will see you next Tuesday night.
Happy
Peace.
Thanksgiving.
Peace.